5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yeah, the champions, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry that I'm late. I do apologize sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I was working hard because there was a whole bunch of links that I was going through last night. I'm upstairs. I'm in the room. I'm going through, and I saved them, and I brought my computer down to sync them, and it wasn't syncing. It wasn't syncing, and I'm like, no. And I tried, guys. I tried because I have a whole bunch of amazing video that honestly, you got to see it. You got to see it. We're going to have to share this. We're going to have to share these videos over at on Facebook and elsewhere because they're just simply too important. They just are, because we're going to make a lot of claims today, and we will have video. We'll have video footage of this, but you have to see it to believe it. You have to see it to believe it, because what I've got are video upon video upon video of people working in the polls, sitting there filling in the blanks for people. One after another, throwing them away, throwing them in the trash, flipping them off and crumpling them up and getting mad and throwing them away. And all of this, one after another. And got a Democratic whistleblower, somebody on the inside who's a registered Democrat, who said that it's so bad. It's so bad what he's seeing. It doesn't even matter anymore if it's Democrat or Republican. Doesn't even matter anymore. He said, look, I actually believe in democracy. He said, I believe in the process of this, and this is so corrupt and so wicked, I have to say something. He doesn't like Trump. He doesn't like Trump. He thinks that's irrelevant. And guess what? Insofar as that is concerned, he's totally true. He's totally right. It's going to be a good morning, everybody. I'm Jeremiah Bannister, your host. You're listening to Paleocrat Diaries every single Monday through Friday from 10 to noon. Although today it's going to go late, guys. I'm just letting you know right now. This is one of my contributions to the cause, because we are living in crazy, wicked, evil times. Evil is all around us. And we have to do something. You have to do something, right? And so I thought, well, if we run overtime, we run overtime. It's okay. It is okay. All right. Just to let everybody know, before we move on, to let everybody know that it doesn't matter where you are. If you're watching on YouTube, in fact, if you're on YouTube, you can watch on any of them, right? I don't want to peel away anything from the network, okay? Because I'm part of a network. There's like 20 different channels that are playing this show at the exact same time. But that kind of splits everybody up. And it is a little bit of a bummer because it would be great to have comments where people can engage with each other. Yesterday was awesome. A lot of people went to one of two different sites. They either went to facebook.com/Paleocrat. And I'll get the main banner up so you can go ahead and see. You can see the spelling of that in case you don't know. Right? In case you don't know, we'll go ahead and just switch that one over. Okay, yeah, I don't want to play around with this. Oh, hold on a second. I want to make sure that if I do go back to the main banner, that it's not going to end up playing that song again. So, okay, you can either go to facebook.com/Paleocrat or youtube.com/Paleocrat. Either one of those shall suffice. Those are the main ones for me. Okay, now the network, I benefit no matter what, and all of the different shows on the network are totally awesome. Right? I love being part of Holy Faith Media. It is awesome. Jonathan is an awesome manager. He's an amazing guy. The sacrifices that dude makes constantly. I mean, he's constantly on the ball. The guy, and he's working super late where, it's hard to catch him sometimes because his sleep is all out of whack because he's working constantly. He's a trooper. He's an amazing person. And so I don't want to take anything away from that. But I also like it, man, when people are able to engage with each other, because we aren't just a show. we're a wolf pack. And I've got a special treat for the wolf pack today. It's like the best treat in the world. Okay, I've got amazing treats for you. And so make sure if you comment, we're gonna deal with those throughout the day. In fact, I can just start right now, just to let you know, right? So that you're not wondering like, oh my gosh, is he, what's going on? If I comment, does he see it? Sometimes I might not. Sometimes I might not. That happens at times. It's a bummer, but it's totally true. So, but KeyTube 101 is watching from Sydney. Well, hello. I love, by the way, the fact that we have people from all over the world who tune into this show. There's a lot of crazy junk going on down under, isn't there? Isn't there? I hope you're holding up well, right? Hope you are holding up well. All right. Ailey says, good morning, everybody. That Ailey, just so that you know, Ailey is the queen diva here. She's the empress of Team Paleocrat. She rules it all. It's kind of like the mayor and the secretary from Powerpuff Girls. I'm the mayor, of course, and she's the mega hot secretary. And love her. She's in the comments. So if you see Angela, that is Ailey. Just letting you know. So yes, good morning to everyone. Let's see here. Who else? Yeah, if Biden wins, God help us all. Yeah, okay. And CF Fueling. Yes, man, let it rip. We are going to let it rip today, buddy. We've got a lot to cover. And, it's going to be amazing because we actually have a lot of really great stories. And we might even, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to see the video with the lady and the pig. We're going to try again. I got it started, and it started, so I paused it. Normally it doesn't. It does this thing over at Mir.com. Or is it Mir.com? Mir.co or whatever. Anyway, it's over at Mir, okay? And this video, I think it's been 3 times, man. 3 times where we've tried to play that bad boy, and it says that it will auto-begin shortly. Well, it auto-began today, paused it, okay? It was playing audio and everything, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that it's going to work, because we need to see this pet pig, dude. We need to see this pet pig and what this lady's doing with it. Okay, because it's just, it's really important with everything going on, man. I mean, it's obvious. Everyone is chanting, pet pig, pet pig. And we're all wanting to see it. It's like build the wall at the rally, but for the pig. They probably started chanting it at the rallies because we've been trying to find it. We've been trying to watch that video for that long. It's been going on for a minute. Oh, man. Now, Teresa, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Brian, yes. Good morning. Take a knee for Jesus. Yes, man. 100%. Because turning our back on God has terrifying consequences. Amen and amen. In fact, that's one of the things that you're going to hear just in a second. Dylan says, I thought I was the diva. Dylan, you will always be a diva. Oh, I love that guy. I love that guy. He is an example, by the way, of an all-weather friend. He's somebody who has, been with me in the trenches, right, through thick and thin. Even when he doesn't agree with me, and that's what I'm saying, in the trenches, we might, he's kind of looking at me, and he's like, you do know I'm going to shoot a little bit at you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to shoot back. And we're like, all right, dude, let's, share a cigar or something. And so that's the way he is. Really important guy. In fact, we're going to have him on the show. I've been talking for a while, in fact, for a long while, about getting guests on. We're going to show a couple people today in video. We're going to show a couple people who we anticipate having on, and we're really excited, in fact, to do that. TNR/, late evening here. Hello, everybody. Hello to you. Oh, man. Yeah, Teresa says, I hope to be on the second hour. I have limited time today. Well, you're going to miss all of the really important news. We have... all the important news we're shoving in the first hour, We do that all the time. It's, everything that we get in the first hour, the stuff that makes you laugh until you see stars and stuff, that's the most important thing. You know what I mean? in modern times, it is the most important thing. James says, Jesus is king. Michael says, good morning. Yes, man, good morning to all of you. I am so happy to see each and every one of you. And so... in honor of that, we're going to do a couple things, okay? We are going to do a couple things. Actually, man, I keep swallowing like, I'm missing something. And I realized I am missing something. I'm looking around and I'm realizing, I don't know if you guys noticed, I took a swig out of this. This is not what I'm supposed to be swigging out of. I need my coffee. Where's my coffee? I know my staff is listening right now. They need to come down with great haste. They need to bring the coffee. They need to bring the coffee. They need to bring a massive jug. And they need to bring, of course, a straw. I don't care. I mean, yesterday they were good. They brought the red alert straw. If they have a red alert straw, that's fine. Because we are under red alert, folks. You got the siren here. We are the siren of the alert system. Oh, man. Squealing loudly. Oh, here comes the alarm right now. Here comes the system. Oh, look at this. Yeah, say hi to everybody real quick, Ambrose. This is my amazing son, Ambrose. You got to... Yeah, oh, hold on. You got to see in the circle. Here you go. See ya? There we go. You got to get up right here. Right where my hand is. Right where my hand is. Right there. Okay. Wave and say hi. Yeah, that's Ambrose. That's the little guy that absolutely love him. And the stuff that he does, he's the one that I talk about when I say that, you know, he's really into reading books and goosebumps and into drawing. He does flip books and everything. We got to get a flip book. Not today, but we'll do this for next week, man. We got to get a flip book, and we got to make a recording, and we'll show it on the next episode. How does that sound?
Good.
Sounds good?
I'm actually, I have a flip book upstairs because I play, that I'm going to be making.
Okay.
It's based off of, like, a game I like called Among Us.
Yeah, so, he's got a flip book about Among Us. I don't know if you heard that clearly. I don't know if you heard it clearly, but it's from Among Us. All right, buddy. You got to get that ready because we're going to record that, and we're going to make a cool recording, and we're going to share that on the next episode. Okay? All right, buddy. I love you, bro. I love you. Oh, and look, dude, he brought me down my superhero mug, dude. I love my kids, by the way. I got the best staff in the world. They cost a fortune, though, I tell you. Do not be deceived. People are like, oh, well, you have your family working for you. I'm like, dude, they're literally in lockdown right now. They're in quarantine because a couple of the kids at the school came down with the old Rona, and so they're in quarantine. And so, yes, I thought, well, why not? Let's keep them productive. Let's keep them busy. Let's keep them busy, man. All right. So here's the thing. I actually have something really special for you, but, well, no, we're gonna do the super special thing here. We're gonna do that first, okay? And thank you for the ride, man. Thank you for going along with me. This is a whole bunch of fun. I'm really grateful that you guys are so tolerant, by the way, of this very professional show. I mean, we are super dupe professional every day, all day long, from beginning to end. We're very prompt. We always get stuff done in due time. Okay, but I wanted to show you this. And actually, I'm going to hop out for a second while I show you, because this is, it's going to be a full screen. You got to see the entire thing. You may have missed the episode of Meaning of Catholic where I was on there. Tim Flanders invited me on. Tim Flanders, an amazing guy, an amazing friend. And it's awesome to see his trajectory in life. You know, he's a much bigger show than this one. And he's been doing it actually, in fact, not nearly as long, right, as I've been doing in general things to do with this. And so to see him, he's a rising star. The guy is really great. And what makes it great, and I'm hesitant even saying a rising star, because the fact is what makes him so great is the fact that he's a humble dude. He is. I hope he never hears this. Because I don't want him to be like, I am humble. You know, I don't want him to turn into the guy that wears the most humble award, you know, to school and gets it taken away and stuff. And they're like, you were really humble. And he's like Paleocrat. I blame him. I blame Paleocrat. He was pumping me up. But the truth is that he's a great guy. And it's always a pleasure whenever he invites me on. And I always like it. But I was on there and it was serious. It wasn't my pizzazzy self. There was no none of that. That's exclusive to this, man. For now, although I gotta let that bleed in. I gotta let that bleed into other shows and just be like, look, man, this is who I am, dude. This is who I am. I can't turn into, you know, Captain Serious Pants going into other shows all the time, you know, being all boring and yes, actually, right now the statistic says I don't do that. I don't do that, man. I don't do that. I'm a pizzazzy guy. But I still have to, you know, wear the tie, although I'm doing it today. But I'm wearing it with a SpongeBob shirt. I don't even know if I could get away with that on the show. But it was a whole bunch of fun. And there was a part in the show that benefits this one too. And it may, in fact, benefit you. You may not know the process of this. In fact, I didn't, which is you're going to notice, and it's hilarious. But I want you to see this. It's a whole bunch of fun. So here's the end segment, in fact, from our time together on Meaning of Catholic.
Just so people know, if I go to your website, paleocratdiaries.com.
Yeah, man.
So here's the site. And so if I scroll down here, it has all posts. If I just want to subscribe to your next video, where do I go here?
Let's see here. It might be at the bottom. I've never subscribed to my own site. I've never gone through this. I should. This is fancy. You're all fancy pants on me right now.
Well,
See,
this has got your stuff from. If I just go to all posts,
go to the spooktacular one. Go back up. That's funny right there, man. There's a expose the COVID thing. It's a hilarious political satire because it's funny. You got to click on the actual article itself, or else you're just gonna watch the video right there.
Would you recommend people subscribing to you on YouTube?
No. Yes and no. I would say do it right here. If you go on, click on tonight, right there. Tonight, our Halloween special.
Yeah.
Yep. Click on that. And then down at the bottom. Yep. Scroll down to the bottom of that. Yeah, that's my spooktacular. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, scroll down. Keep scrolling. Right there.
Subscribe right here. Here we
go. If you subscribe, and look at the colors, man. It's playful and fun. It's playful. And so the thing is, we have a really good time. And if you subscribe, we don't spam people. We don't send a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? In fact, the only updates you'll get are if I update the site at all with the video from the day. And what I do is I try to make it so that we have timestamps and topics. So we have a table of content. If it's a really cool article or a series of them, I will hyperlink those to the topic. And the timestamp, you can just click on that bad boy and it will take you directly to that topic. So you don't have to fumble around for 2 hours. I mean, that's, I'm cranking out 12 and a half hours a week of original content, not including exclusive videos that are unlisted, that the only way to watch those, like the spooktacular one that was really, all it is funny. It's only funny stories. That's it. And I think I wore a sombrero. It was a lot of fun. You can watch that, but you have to watch it at the.com. So if you subscribe, you'll get those, but we're not going to send anything else. We don't share any of your stuff.
Yeah, if you just go to paleocratdiaries.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can subscribe to our newsletter. Put your email in, get all your posts.
All right. Yes. Check that out. You got to go there, man. Paleocratdiaries.com. You've got to go check it out. And it was funny because I had not actually gone through that entire process myself. I'd never been like, well, what do I do if somebody wants to do this? And I thought, man, what a great thing. And you know what? It was the first time that I'd been on another show. And there were like 500 people watching live, right? Just on that one channel. I don't know how many channels he was streaming over at the same time. I don't see behind that curtain for him. But, at the same time, I was just blown away. It took me by surprise. I didn't know he was going to do it. And I was just, honestly, I was so grateful for that. And so I wanted to share that. And in fact, I wanted to share, there's something else here that I got to do. And I got to drag it down. I'm hoping that it's not going to, let me see. Hold on. Do I have it in the news? Do I have it in the news? I might have it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm nervous about it. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. So, okay, I have another video though for you, because that's not the only amazing thing that happened. And in fact, somebody in the comment section said something that reminded me of what I wanted to play for you, because I was tuned in yesterday to another great show, and that great show happened to be with Timothy Gordon. Okay, I love Timothy Gordon. He's a great guy, an amazing man. In fact, we have disagreements over different things, maybe to do with classical liberalism, matters like that. Even people that he follows, right? There are some people that he's going to list off that I'm like, Ted Cruz, Charlie Kirk. I don't know about those guys. I don't know about them. But at the same time, he's one of those guys that, regardless of our differences, he is a warrior. I mean, he is hardcore, man. And he's been on the ball for a long time. And so, but he was talking yesterday, and he was saying some things that I thought were really important. And I wanted to be able to show this to you. And I think we can do this without even taking me off the screen. I think we can do that. So here we go.
So you got to follow more than just Catholics, people. Do you understand that?
You have to get your head in the world.
We're called to be in the world, but not of it. So that's the thing. That's why sometimes people piss and moan about the fact that I've been doing a lot of election stuff. Well, I don't care to perish in flames, you know? I mean, like Braveheart says, it's like, I'll be a martyr if I have to. I'd prefer not to. You know, I mean, I don't want to be a red martyr for the church. I want to be a guy that lives a normal lifespan, just being kind of holy the fat and easy way, just being chaste, fasting, going to confession, loving my wife and my kids, and trying to help people out. That's what I'd like. But, I mean, if the socialists take power, the Christians are the first people to die, meaning Jesus was right. Well, he's right about everything. Be in the world, not of it. Not this Benedict
Amen.
option, this Eastern Orthodox nonsense. I'm sick of people quoting Benedict option to me. I'm sick of people quoting Rod Dreher in general to me. He's an apostate, right? He left the church. Forget that. I think Marshall said this a month ago. He's right. No, I don't want Benedict option. I want my republic back, you know, which was based on Catholic principles, not Protestant ones. Okay? So you guys are going to have to follow more than Catholics. I've been saying this a long time. You don't just purity spiral and follow only the Catholic. When I read the only Catholic accounts, they don't even know what's going on. You got to know what's going on. There's a revolution at play right now, and it's widely publicized. Remember, the revolution will not be published. Revolution will not be publicized. It is. It's in front of your very eyes. Turn on Fox News, and they're asking you to believe states in the Deep South where Biden was getting trounced are going to go for Biden. Get freaking real, people. Please subscribe to this channel, like it, hit the bell, follow me on Twitter, TimoTheology, and if you can, please do hit us up on Patreon. I didn't quite think the color revolution was going to go this way.
Okay, now, he said a bunch of things there, right? He said a bunch of things there. Although the idea that the revolution will not be televised, that's kind of the way that it's been talked about now, but publicized, look, that would be all-encompassing. And he's right, you know, that they are not going to talk about it. The powers that be, the global elite, these individuals, the New World Ordites, they are not going to want to put their cards on the table. Now, they do in some ways, but not as like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay, that's why we can go and we can look up basically outlines and plans for like, well, this is the way we want the world to go. And here's why we think that it should happen. Like, for example, the COVID-19 Great Reset book. Okay, the one that I mistakenly on the episode, it was a mistake. I needed to be corrected. I was scrambling in my head because I remembered the book and I remember people talking about the book and giving it an analysis and breaking it down. But I had forgotten which one it was and I was scrambling around in real time. I should have just simply said, you know, I didn't know the name of the particular author, but I knew the content. I knew what they had talked about. I had seen excerpts from the book. I had seen them talk about it, you know, but they're not going to publicize it otherwise. In fact, we've talked about what they're going to do in response to people who bring this up and who point this out and say, we are currently undergoing a color revolution in our own country. Same people, same tactics, same actors, same tactics. We're experiencing it now. I broke it down for over an hour on Meaning of Catholic, the YouTube channel. You got to go check that out. But I thought there were a couple things he said there that were really relevant to the show. And that is, you know, I've said before, I get people who give me flack and they're like, dude, you know, like one guy recently was really mad because I was talking about an article, and in the article, somebody that I'd been cued from somebody about this, and it had to do with Friedrich Nietzsche. Now, I disagree with Friedrich Nietzsche on a bazillion things. The guy wrote the book Antichrist. I mean, he's not he wasn't loving the Lord, let's put it this way. But when it came down to certain things in life, things to do with being valiant and other things, you know, the idea of honor and strong men, strong women, raising children, you know, connected with, you know, nature and things like this. He had a lot of fantastic insights. And I've taken the position in my life that I can benefit from people all across the spectrum. If you say something good, good. If you say something I disagree with, we'll debate it. But I'm not going to sit there and go, well, that's not coming from a 100% pure, you know, Catholic source. I'm not puritanical like that. I'm not living on a reservation. And there are a lot of shows out there, man. You can go and listen to shows. Look, Meaning of Catholic. I went on that show. He identified me as his They're Politico, right? They're resident political analyst. That's what they talked about with me, because most of the time they just talk about matters to do with Catholicism. And that's okay. You need that. Right? There's different roles that different people play. But there's this tendency, man. There's this tendency online for people to be like, "Oh, you don't begin your show with the sign of the cross and prayer." No, I don't. No, I don't. You don't end your show with that. No, I don't. You have music at the beginning that's like rap, and music at the end that's, the stuff that you made up. Yes, I made that music. What, you're not using chant, or you're not using some kind of inspirational music? No, other shows can. Other shows can. And when he said you've got to be in the world but not of the world. Yes, man. Yes, that's what we are. Look, how many of you right now, while you're watching, how many of you are at work? Seriously, how many of you are going out and doing a secular job? You're not a priest. You're not a monk. You aren't a theologian. You are a regular, what do we call them, man? Johnny Q and Sally Sue. It's who listens to this program. These are the folks from Main Street and Flyover Country. They are regular folks, man. They are regular folks doing regular things in their lives. And you sit there and you say, but you have made your life at the center of that. You have made your life one that is dedicated to Christ. By and large, I got people who watch the show who that's not even remotely close to where they stand. I got people all on the political and religious spectrum who watch this show. And you know what? And they keep tuning back in. They don't agree with everything that I say, but yet at the same time, from a Christian perspective, I'm leavening their life. And if how many shows do these people tune into? The same folks that I'm talking about, those same people. How many of you tune into shows on the regular, day after day, and enjoy the content and share that content when it's just purely religious from beginning to end? Probably not many. And again, that's not to say that those shows don't have a lot of significance and importance. They do, obviously. But yet this show is something different, man. This show, and it's along the lines of what he said. Well, he comes up and he starts listing off shows, okay? And this is the last thing I'm going to show, and then we're going to move on, okay? And, I just want to tell you guys, I'm glad that you've allowed me to go on for so long with this, introduction thing. But it's important. And you're going to see why. You're going to see why in a second. This isn't just random musings. Oh, and one more thing, because in the comments, CF says this. He says, what you revealed on Meaning of Catholic is coming out on Mike Church this morning. Dude, I told everybody recently, I said, when you tune into the show, I really, truly hope that you're not only realizing, but you're genuinely appreciating that in many ways you are light years ahead of a lot of other people. It's a fact. It is a fact. Dude, it was a fact even with Tim Gordon. He was saying, look, he even said, he had interviewed somebody about a color revolution, but he wasn't even sure that he wanted to publish it. Because he was like, man, I don't know. I'm like, bro, we're on it, man. We've been on this. In fact, if you listen to his show and what he said yesterday about the color revolution and other things, ask yourself, when did you first hear this stuff? Where was it? How frequently have we talked about this? And that's not it's not being braggadocious saying, oh, look, we were ahead of the curve with Tim Gordon or anybody else. In this case with CF, he was saying that Mike Church. Except they're calling it a rainbow revolution. I've called it a black revolution. And a rainbow, I understand why they're saying rainbow, because and that might even be a better one. I'm reluctant to give that back to them even more. I'm kind of a little bit protective of the rainbow. I'm like you guys have already just really messed this whole thing up. It's really upsetting, and so I'm not. I say I have a tendency not to. But the idea is it's multiculturalism, right? Look at who they promoted as having won. You got tranny senator, I believe. So you got all sorts of craziness going on, and they're like, this is what they claim to all be about. This is the vision they have, right? The Tower of Babel that they have for the New World Order. It's what it is, but the thing is, you got to say, look, it's not that, wow, look, man, we're like ahead of this. I mean, we are, but at the same time, that's not what it is. It's simply to say that you can trust, that when you listen to this show, even when we say things that may otherwise be like, man, that's a little bit, out in the ballpark, right? What's going on with Jeremiah? You can trust, man. I got my finger on the pulse. I got my finger on the pulse. And if you listen, so do you. So do you. And you're probably on the pulse already. The fact that you're even tuning in. You're the kind of person that's like, look, you want to get to the heart of the matter. You want to see the news behind the news. So here's this, man. This is the last one. And then we're scooching out of here, okay? So we're going to scooch out of this thing. And move on to the story, because I got this story up here. Women shares their home with the pig. We got to see this bugger. We got to see this thing. So here we go. Check this out, though.
What outlets, commentators, etc. to follow, to support, to listen to news. Some people were mentioning OAN was probably the biggest.
Now, OAN's just the one that the Catholics know. I mean, that's fine. But no, I mean, go to Quite Frankly. Okay? Follow Ted Cruz. Follow Mark Levin. Glenn Beck's kind of risible often, sometimes cringe, but he'll tell you what's really going on. Hold on, let me get you my feed on Twitter so you can tell.
Militant.
Church Militant's good. Church Militant's really good. Follow them. Ryan Fournier or Fournier.
Yes.
I follow. Yeah. The Election Wizard. Follow the Election Wizard. I'm just going through where I've been living in. John Zmirak. Follow Ali. Ali Alexander. Who else? I mean, I'm probably missing some major big ones. Michelle Malkin, who you probably know about. I mean, I've been living on the Election Wizard. Obviously, all of you know Jack Posobiec. Jay Richards, follow him. He's I'm going for the ones that really say the stuff. Michael Knowles. I'm just going through my... Oh, Liberty Hangout. Follow Liberty Hangout. Mike Church. I've been going a lot to Charlie Kirk. Oh, Rachel Alexander's been all over this too, who is a writer.
Wait for it.
So shout out to Paleocrat. He's in chat right now. Follow him.
Oh yeah, follow Paleocrat. Follow Dave Gordon. Follow the Church Domestic. You're getting good stuff there. Yeah, follow Paleocrat. He's all over this.
Yeah, follow Paleocrat. He's all over this. It's totally true. It is totally true. Ah, man, dude. Thank you so much, by the way. That meant a lot to me, dude. That meant a lot to me. And to your wife. Your wife, by the way, bro. You know it, man. Me and you, we are hooked up way out of our league. We are way out. We are out of our leagues, dude. In over our heads with these ladies, dude. Yeah, you got an amazing wife, man. You got the whole gang. Keep the Gordon gang and the Flanders gang. Keep all of them. Keep them in your prayers. Keep them in your prayers, man. And all those groups that he mentioned, you can, to varying degrees, different ones. Not entirely sure how I feel about some of those, but okay. All right, here we go. On to the serious business, everybody. This is very, very important. We've been trying to do this now. How long? How long have we been trying? In fact, let's get to a different banner here. Here we go. Boom. All righty. So here's the deal, man. How long have we been trying to watch this video to do with the pig? It has been so long. It has been so stinking long, man, that we've been doing this. I think it's been like 2 weeks. And even the Spooktacular didn't we try to see it at the Spooktacular? And if you haven't seen the Spooktacular, that's the unlisted video. The only way you can see the link is you have to go to paleocratdiaries.com and you'll see that. It's unlisted. I actually have 2 unlisted videos there, but I think unlisted is in the title of both of them. And so it makes it kind of easy, right? Not very hard. So, all right. Woman shares her home with an 80-kilogram pig and treats him like her child. This is Simone Partner, YouTuber. YouTuber. Let's see here. Yeah.
Hi everyone, so welcome to Micro Milo's brand new channel. So we're going to check out where he lives. I can hear him, so let's go see. Hello?
Look at that.
Milo. Say hello to your brother.
I hope you guys are having fun with this.
Oh. So Milo's big blue house is in fact a chicken coop, but we designed it so that it was very pig friendly for him. So we've got plenty of room. And
So wait a second. Look at the mansion this pig's got. Do you think this lady, by the way, I think the music, you know, because it was even affecting me. For a moment, I'm like, oh, look how cute that is. And it was like my suspended disbelief. I didn't realize this entire time. For a moment, guys, my guards came down, and I had totally forgotten this lady is a New World Order asset. And this pig, they're working together to try to normalize this. Do not allow this to be normalized. We cannot allow it, guys. No way, Jose.
I'm going to show you inside, but firstly, he's actually demonstrating right now. Water is imperative for Micro Pig, so he's actually got 2 bowls of water, and he loves a good slurp. Don't you, buddy?
Oh.
Milo. Sleeping place.
So hold on here.
Again, he's got some more water in there. Now we've just changed his bedding, and as you can see over there, he is really into.
Oh, so apparently we're gonna have to be their slaves because we're gonna have to change their bedding. Why can't we just teach them not even teach? Say, look, the guy's obviously a homeowner. You built his house. He's manipulating you like crazy. You paid for this house and the fence all around it. Did you see that? To protect the pig from us when we realize what's really going on. The pig's like, the lady's like, look, you will be protected. It's an unscalable wall. I mean, you can look at it. It's impenetrable. It's impenetrable. We need that on our southern border, like right now. We need that wall, man, on our southern border. But the thing is, obviously this pig has manipulated her like crazy because she's now even changing the bedding. She's probably taking care of his poo-poo. Why can't he take care of his poo-poo by his little pig self? And they say they're smart animals.
He's eating right now. He loves to forage, so sometimes we put apples in there or just his pellets. You're so happy. You're really greedy. So much.
Let's see here. I gotta see it. I thought there was more to this. Oh, his name's Milo. Man, it's so cute. It's hard.
So
it's the music.
Time.
Oh, no.
There we go, guys.
I can't do this.
Enjoyed this video.
I can't do this. Oh, but look at the depravity, guys. Look what it will lead to. Hugging pigs. Look at this. Just look at it. Oh, it gets worse, guys. You'll begin taking selfies with pigs. Selfies in the mirror with pigs. That's not even a cool way to do selfies. And what's up with that particular way where people, oh, those are nice docks. Those are nice docks. You'll sleep with pigs. No way. Oh, she's rubbing its ear. No. That is not right. There is so much wrong in this picture. It can't get worse. Oh, he's lounging on the couch. Oh, look, he's watching TV. He's just lounging, watching TV, probably watching some Maury. It can't get worse, guys. It just can't get worse than that. This is taking things to a brand new level, man. Taking things to a brand new level. What's this thing? Yummy cooking cooking spiders. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Dude, there's no way these things are real. Oh, there's no way. Oh, look, it's like a net. It's a little net bag. And she's wearing a Dodgers shirt. Where is this, man? Is this California? Is this what California has come to, guys? Oh, LA is pretty hit now, guys. I didn't realize LA was in such trouble. No, those are fake, dude. Oh, it's moving around. Oh, I think they're like hairy, dude. Oh my gosh, no. Well, I would not touch those things with a 10-foot pole. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's not gonna eat like that. No, no. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, how long is this? I can't do this for this long. Dude. Oh, and look at the close-up. They look like big hairy ants. Oh, what kind of spiders are these? Oh my gosh, dude, these spiders are evil. These are gross. These girls, dude, they gotta be into some weird witchcraft. What is this? Why? Why? Oh, no, don't zoom. Don't zoom. Oh, hold on. So it says it's soup. It's a recipe, cooking. Okay. Okay, so they're putting them in. I'm going to do stop action. What is that? Okay, here we go. We're going to skip ahead. I can't do 4 minutes, man. No way. I don't think you guys could either. Oh, they're just acting like normal, indigenous people. Everything's fine. Oh, you're just cooking up something delicious. Oh, holy crap. No. No, no, no. Wow. Dude, that is not a way to start your morning. Oh my gosh, that is pure adrenaline for me, though. Woo, dude, I am awake right now. Wow. Dude, this is insane. What is this? Do they eat? They eat it. They're going to show them eat it. Okay. We have to see it. We're committed, guys. We are in it. We are in it right now. And it's not even with like the broth. Where'd the broth go? Oh, they're just grabbing it. No. See, look at their face, dude. Look at their faces. Look at their eyes. They're obviously into some weird junk, guys. Only people who are into really weird junk have eyes that blink like that. They look like they're in a trance. They probably are. No, do not flaunt that. That is not something to be proud of. Oh, they're mukbang spiders. No! Oh! Oh, no! Oh! 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 Oh, no. And see, here's the thing, man. Here's how otherwise really attractive chicks end up ruining prospects for having anybody that's half decent as a husband. Oh, my face is red. Oh, no. My stomach is just churning, dude. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, it is from Adam and Bethany. Oh, thanks a lot. Yes. Oh, you thought of me right away? First thing? Oh, thanks a lot, you jerks. You are sickos, dude. You are gross. Why? What kind of weird junk are you even watching? Oh, man. He's like, I was just perusing, looking up all of the eating spiders and ants and stuff. I'm into that. And I saw it and said, oh, Paleo would love this one. Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot, bro. I'll remember that. I will remember. Oh, my gosh, guys. In the comments. Teresa says, my boys would make stop-motion Lego movies. Great memories. Yeah, Ailey says, our oldest wants to do stop-motion Legos. Yes, totally, 100%. Athanasius is into that. He would love it. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Brian says, the hardest hour. The cruelest sign I'm waking up from this wretched life. This blight. Fight it the same. Don't waste this day. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Momentum morning. Yes, dude. It's the hardest hour. It's the hardest, the first hour. This right here, man, is how you wake up, dude. You wake up to this. You wake up in the world and you're like, oh, Lord, oh, it's another day. I'm really grateful. Not for that. And it reminds you, you are surrounded by evil. You are completely surrounded, guys. Oh my gosh, man. That is hilarious. Let's see. Camo 9000 says Paleocrat is meaning of Catholics resident anime commentator. Dude, they haven't had me come on to talk about that. But by the way, man, I love how you keep floating that about Vampire Hunter D. That was great. That was great. You even shared that when you asked if I liked any anime. I said I like Vampire Hunter D. Dude, you went to somebody, Steph. You went to this lady, man. She's a cool pundit, and you went over to her, and she was having a rough time, and you said you should maybe watch some Vampire Hunter D. Paleocrat says it's great, or something like that. I'm like, what, dude? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh, TNR/ asks if I like Dragon Ball. No. No, I do not, man. I do not like Dragon Ball. I won't do that, man. Won't play that game. Won't play the game with the show. I tried for a minute, man. In fact, I gave it like a whole week. I gave it a whole week, man. And I was like, look, I'm going to watch Dragon Ball. Like, and I would watch numerous shows. Like I didn't, but I wanted to watch a week in a row. And I forget which episode it was, but there was this fight that was going on. I think it was like if they lost and all the air on the planet would go away and everything, and everybody would die. And this fight went on for like 4 episodes. And half of the episode was them going, and I'm like, dude, stop it. Just freaking fight. Imagine if that crap was real. And you're watching 2 people, and there's like some weird drummer over in the corner. And you're like, oh, these guys are going to fight. And then you watch and all they're doing is working themselves up to get forehead perspiration. And then I was getting so angry because I'm like waiting for the fight to be done. I'd had enough. The first episode of doing that crap was enough. But then the second one. And then the third one. And then after the third one, I was ready to give up. And I'm watching it, and at the end it says, wait for the next episode. And I'm like, no. And it said, a final battle. And I was my girlfriend at the time. She was like, see, look. It's going to be the last one. I said, oh, no. You have to understand. It doesn't say the final battle. It says a final battle. And she's like, oh, you're just being picky. I said, you just watch. Lo and behold, next episode, same thing. And I said, never again, dude. Dragon Ball, you are done. You are done. I still like Dragon Ball for the memes, though. I still like Dragon Ball for the memes. And I think if I went back now, I might like it a little bit more. Maybe. Yep. In the comments, I'm at work playing with babies, and you are in the background. Hey, man, that's one of the best ways not only to get through your workday, but it's really good for children. I think there's scientific studies that say that even greater than Bach and Beethoven and all of them, if you have Paleocrat Diaries playing in the background in a nursery, the child's prospects of growing up to be an absolute mega stud genius or a mega hot, amazing genius housewife is like 96, 97% somewhere in there. I know there's a decimal. I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah. TNR says EMJ has been talking about the color revolution as well. I assume that he is. I assume that he has been. He's got his finger on the pulse of that. I'm sure that he chalks it up to being a little bit different than what I would. I like EMJ, and I ain't going to get into it here, man. I ain't going to get into it here. I like EMJ, but at the same time, we have disagreements, man. I have disagreements over the way that he characterizes the revolutionary spirit. I treat it as a covenant breaker model, and he might, but once he turns the idea that the revolutionary spirit is true of anyone who rejects Christ, then the descriptor that he uses ahead of it by calling it Jewish is moot. Otherwise, he gets in the place of having to call people like AOC Jewish, which is ridiculous, by the way. And it makes it ridiculous that he would be able to otherwise identify people who are Jewish, which would mean that he would have to call them Jewish. They're Jewish. This person's Jewish. And to me, it's counterproductive. And so I think his idea of the revolutionary spirit is not new, by the way. It's not new. And so like his idea though about it, true. But I mean, even, and I brought up in an email one time, this idea of saying like, well, what happens in places where a civilization And I'm sorry if some people are like, what are they talking about? You got to understand, E. Michael Jones, right? That's what I'm talking about. And so the thing is that if you have a civilization that embraces for a time Christianity, but then ends up going back and for a period of time, and you would have to say that apostate spirit, what is that? And how would you determine that there, and it was amazing because he was talking, was it Julian? And because he was saying the Jews are always at the heart of all of this. And I'm like, at the heart, like that, you'd have to determine it's a quantitative analysis of influence over decisions. And I said the idea that the Jews were at the heart of the desire to go back to the Roman pagan roots because you can find a couple rabbis is really, that's a stretch, man. That's a stretch. And so I think he's really good. I like listening to him when he talks about architecture. I like when he talks about, most of the time when he talks about music, stuff like that. But he's kind of a hobby horse enthusiast. You know, he's got one drum. Doot, 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 doot. And he's playing that one drum on, all the time. And it bums me out because I think that he's better than that. And I think that he would be much, much more productive. And he wouldn't have to sacrifice anything. I know people who sit there. I got flack being on Meaning of Catholic, by the way. I got flack for being on Meaning of Catholic. Somebody was like, well, dude, you weren't coming. And they brought up EMJ too. Because it's a cult of personality for so many of those guys. Right? Their hobby horse enthusiasms are showing. And it's like, if you don't say the right words, they're there to get you. They're there to get you. And they're like, well, you didn't say Zionism. Dude, I talk about Judaizers. I've said Zionism in the past. In that episode, I said New World Order, global elite, neocons, used a bunch of phrases that people could say are accused oftentimes of being synonymous with that, but I didn't say the right word. And so I have some of those EMJWs, right, looking over my shoulder just like SJWs, making sure that you say the words just right. And I go fly a kite. Go fly a kite. Oh, man. Let's see. All right. We got to keep going. I said we're going to go over time. So just buckle in. All right. California fairgrounds, weeds being removed by landscaping goats. This is worrisome, guys. At least unlike the pigs, these goats are taking care of themselves. Let's see what's going on with this.
The Orange County Fairgrounds are ready to welcome visitors back to the Centennial Farm and Heroes Hall.
They've enlisted some experts to help with the landscaping issues. Gail Anderson live in Costa Mesa with a look at what's happening there. Gail, good morning.
You're exactly right. You see, it's here, it's quiet, because of the pandemic, things have changed. And you see all
Did
the
you hear
grass.
that? You're exactly right. What? You're exactly right. Okay, gotcha.
On this hill, you got to landscape that. You still have to maintain the property. So you do it this way. With a herd of Angora goats, this is the genius of Barbara Gregerson, the landscape supervisor.
That's actually smart, guys.
I love how they're posing for us here.
Yeah, dude, they're posing. They're on our side. I think that goats are on our side. You know what I mean? I think goats in the great animal uprising, I think they're on our side. And so you've got a situation where this is smart. They say, okay, there's a lot of weeds and other stuff. How do we take care of it? And you're like, dude, put some goats up there. Put some goats up there, and they'll keep a watch out. They're good lookouts, man. It's the watch out tower. These people, these goats, they got it. They're calm right now. They're calm right now. Although you might need to cut some of the hair on the old shaggy dog looking thing up there. Is that a shaggy dog?
Where did you get this idea, Barbara?
Around June, I watched a documentary about small farms and ways to take care of the land and improve the soil. And I thought, they can do it, so can I.
Oh, she's learning from them. She's learning from the sheep. A documentary about the sheep, and she's like, I guess, if they know how to do it, so can I. Yeah. It's a good idea, though, man. I'm going to give credit to that. Hey, staff, Ailey, get the kids on it immediately. We got to look this up. Find out what the rules are in the city here in order to get one of these lambs, one of these sheep. I want the ones with the horns, man. We need a ram. We need one with, you know, and the shaggy dog stuff in the face. We got to get that because we got a big weed problem. We got a big weed problem out by the moat in front of the castle. Yeah, okay. French Bulldog, and get back with me on that, by the way. Let me know. French Bulldog elected mayor of Kentucky town. Oh, this is Rabbit. We've talked about this. I never saw the video, though. Look at that. That's, really? Oh, it's not a video. Of course not. I bet you, you know, we're not going to do it today, man. We'll have to, if somebody can take a screenshot of this, one of the members of the staff, you guys got to take a screenshot of this. And what we need to do is we need to try to find the esoteric symbolism. I mean, it looks like it's got an all-seeing eye up there. It's got a tank, right? There's a brawny guy over in the corner. Dixie. Oh, that's kind of an interesting thing. Okay. What's up with this, you know? So you got a whole bunch of this weird stuff going on. Oh, is that the Titanic up there? No matter what it is, we got to find it. We have to, you know, do the beautiful mind thing with some tacks and string and really put this together because I think that this is a great reveal. This is what the New World Order does, guys. They put the reveal in the background thinking you're just going to focus just on the dog, but not us. We see past it. We see past it and we see what's really going on and we go, look, and dude, that is a creepy looking pig creature or something behind the lady. I don't want to be mistaken, right? Oh, dude, maybe my church is onto something. She has to be part of the Rainbow Revolution because look at the scarf. Look at that scarf. All right. Man caught walking stuffed dog. I'm divided over this. How can I actually make jokes at it? Some stuff's hard, guys. You know, it's like I try really hard and I'm like, look, man, I want to make sure that I'm being reasonable. You know, I want to stay within the realms of reasonability with some of this stuff. But dude, walking a stuffed dog, it's in the Czech Republic though. I mean, you know, there's a lot of crazy junk going on over there. Oh, there's a video. We got to see it. Okay. Oh, do you see the esoteric symbolism? Watch again, guys. You got the colors. Here we go. Boink. Told you. It's all over the place. Yes, we're going to need to talk to you. Were you walking around with a stuffed dog? People were bothered by it. He's like, oh, yeah, that was me. What the heck? Well, that guy, I don't know what he's drinking, man. Probably some weird elixir. He looks like he's been drinking a weird elixir, doesn't he? Carrying that bottle around, what is that? I wish I knew what they were saying. He's like, you know, you don't even believe what I saw, bro. If I saw them carrying that, though, I don't know if I'd even believe it. Where's the dog, man? Oh, okay. What? Oh, okay, I was thinking it's a taxidermy dog. It's an actual stuffed animal? It's a stuffed animal? Okay, and they're actually walking up to people who've got serious issues, man. I may have just outed people with, like, real problems. You know, but look at this guy. He's this chick, is it a guy or a girl? Oh, it's a guy. Oh, he's Antifa out, dude. Look at that. He's totally a commie, bro. He's got the sickle, the hammer and sickle. Oh my gosh, dude. Look, oh, you can't see it, man. That's driving me nuts. Can you see it on his mask? Is that what it is, man? Is that what's really going on? Of course he's carrying around. If he's a commie, he looks like a very confused, maybe even culturally appropriating commie. He's wearing one of those, you know, one of those hats. What do they call them? Conical hats? Is that what they call them? Dude, why? You should never do that. You should never do that. You should never wear sombreros. If you're a white person, you should never wear a conical hat. You should never wear a sombrero. And maybe those Asian people should consider not wearing baseball caps. You know what I'm saying? These hats need to be culturally separated. We don't want to offend anybody. Moving on. Tarantula stows away to Ireland with bunch of bananas. Dude, I'm not watching. I'm not watching this. I'm not going to do it. We got to finish up with these stories, man. What is up with this? Oh, are they just going to show a tarantula? Is that the one? But they don't show the banana. How do you know that that's not just the lady's, tarantula? And I'm assuming it's a lady. There are men with very feminine hands. I've seen it. I'm kind of looking at, they're the guys that when they hold their hands, they like clasp them, when they do this kind of thing, or when they shake, it's a very soft shake. There's a balance between that, by the way. And we have to preserve the handshake. We have to do it. The New World Order is going to try to get us to stop. They're going to try to get us to do the fist bump and stuff. And I'm like, look, you're trying to, give us all the same problem that Howie Mandel's been trying to get over for a very, very, very long time. The dude struggles. He's germophobic. And you're like, oh, I think he's doing really good. I think we should all be like him. And I'm like, heck no. I'll shake your hand. Oh, no. Blah, blah, blah. But there's got to be a balance. When you shake somebody's hand, there's a balance between shaking too hard, where you're like, crunch. And dudes like that are insecure. I know some dudes like that. That's like a territorial pissing. They're insecure guys. And, they normally, it's kind of weird because it's like a certain style of a guy who does that. And he's like trying to show you, I got a manly shake. And he's trying to exert that. And you're like, there's many other ways that you could do that other than trying to get somebody into a submission hold, doing that kind of a thing. There's a balance between that and the one that's like, squeezing a stick of butter. Oh, man. Lit 123 says, we've been allowing this. The liberals dictate that we jump. Yes, it's totally true. We've been allowing a lot of things for a long, long, long time, and we got to stop. We're putting an end to it here, by the way. That's why this show is always in danger of going away. I'm waiting for the day, guys. It's going to happen. The cult of fur babies, or pets as people and children, is unfortunately very prominent in our culture. This is Nathaniel Richards. Dude, yes, by the way, it's totally true. It's totally true. Yeah, pets as people and children, fur babies. Yes, it is really bad. And by the way, are you in United States? Where are you? Where are you, man? Because it's pretty bad over in, I think that chick was in England, I think. The chick with the pet pig. I think she was in England. She's probably a vegan. No, I don't think she's a vegan, but they stopped doing pork because they couldn't bring themselves to do it. And I'm like, dude, I could totally eat bacon in front of a pig. Like, no problem. And you know why I could? Because pigs would be able to eat bacon. Pigs would eat it. If you fed a pig some pork chops, the pig would eat it. And I'm not saying that it's good that, you cannibalize that and you go, okay. But the truth is, they don't have any kind of awareness of that. And so the idea of, yeah, I know they have no kind of awareness. Why eat anything? Why eat plants in front of potted flowers? Why do that? In the comments, people contracept and allow themselves to be sterile and never have children because they believe their pets serve the same purpose as having a child. By the way, that's true, but you're correct in that, but it's so wickedly bad on so many levels. And it's not just that. I mean, a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to have kids, because of global warming, or I don't want to have kids because of systemic white oppression, blah, 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 robot. And they just, are aborting themselves out, which, by the way, the people who do that, that's two consequences. Number one is that it ends up resulting in this hyper-militant, activist-oriented secularism, because the only way that they're going to be able to continue going, the only transgenerational continuity that they would have anymore, is either by forcing you with politics and threats of lawfare, right? Wiping you out would do no good because at least you're having the babies. So yeah, lawfare is one way. And the other way would be through activism in order to, simply make you, to make you shut up, right? Or to convince you, this kind of counter evangelism that goes in where they want to, what is it called, man? Deconvert. These deconversions. And that's why they emphasize so strongly on deconversion. And they talk about things that make people of faith doubt their faith. And that's why they parade people around. If you're a person who's deconverted and they're going to hype you up, it doesn't matter. In fact, it's part of the testimony that so many atheist people have. Deconversion is important to them because it's the primary mechanism by which they can possibly continue. And they're going to force it through propaganda, specifically through public schools. That's what's going to happen. And so it's activist oriented. And whether that plays itself out through law, through education, or ultimately through deconversion, right? Counter apologetics, things like that. Let's see here. Yeah, James says this is what happens to women when they don't have a husband. It makes children. You get perversions. I don't know, man. Yeah, what a shame. She is very attractive. She is. She's a gorgeous girl. She's a gorgeous girl, and she's got a boyfriend. Right? I don't know if it's fiance or what it is, I'm not entirely sure. But I don't want to impose too many things. I don't know where she stands on stuff. She should probably at this point have like 5 or 6 kids. Oh man, at least 5 or 6. She looks, she looks like 25, 26 maybe. What did it say? Did it give her age? Oh man. Okay. We're going to move on. We have so many comments. I love all you guys. Rampaging boar crashes through. Oh no, hold on a second. I got to say this about the banana and the spider. Okay, I was thinking about it. Got distracted. But here's the thing. Is that have any of you ever had a situation like that where you have found spiders or something inside of food when you're eating it? I have. I did. I was by myself. Right? I don't think my wife was with me. I don't think. We were married though. And I was going to the VA, I think. And if I remember correctly, I was in New Jersey. If I remember correctly, okay. And I go to the store. I buy some plums. I loved plums, and I'm very specific about saying I loved them. I don't love them now. I do, but it's better to be in a long-distance relationship with plums. Because the fact is, I go out, buy some plums, I'm walking out to the car, I chomp into it, I take a second bite into it, I'm loving every second of it, until I feel stuff moving around in my mouth. And it was all over. It was like not in one spot. It was like all around, like this. And I look at the plum, and there's earwigs, dude. There's earwigs, dude. Little pincher things. Oh, dude, it was not awesome at all. Oh my gosh. It was so wicked gross, dude. And I'm like, and I'm spitting them buggers out. They're flying left and right. There's like 9,000 of them. You wouldn't even believe it. I've never seen so many. Before. Oh. I don't think I've eaten a plum since. I just realized just now, I should still buy them and then just cut them up before I eat them. Right? I've been depriving myself. I'm not even lying. I've been depriving myself of one of my favorite fruits for so long because of this trauma. And I'm thinking, like, as I'm laughing, I'm like, why don't you just cut it? Oh, it's taking a long time, guys. It's taking a long time. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Back up to the stories. Coming down to the end. I'm divided on whether or not. Okay, I might leave this guy. Idaho man breaks record for speed juggling while blindfolded. By the way, just so you know, I'm wondering if it's the same stinking dude. Isn't it David Rush? Isn't it the ping pong guy? Isn't that the ping pong guy? I think it is. David Rush from Idaho. This guy, as I said, I have a theory, man, that Guinness and is open to this. It gets them news and views, stuff like that. I get it from a commercial perspective. I get it. But from an actual historical perspective, come on, man. World's fastest blindfolded juggler. It's the same guy that was taking ping pong balls in his mouth and up against a wall. Bloop, 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 bloop. And at the end, he's like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, no, no, dude. No, you're really not that great. Maybe you are. You have a lot of claim to fame. You do. I'm not going to lie about that. You're forced to be reckoned with. David Rush. We'll show that next time. Instead, I'm going to talk about this. This is actually the biggest news. And then we're going to go to the serious stories. And remember, I said we're going to go over today. So what's going to happen? We got to go over, not only because there's a lot of stories, but ultimately because we're in some wicked times. We're in wicked times. And I started late. I started mad late. I was trying to make it even longer. I was going to have way more videos. And we're going to have to share those videos. Remember, we'll share those videos on our social media channels. Okay. Baby shark dance becomes YouTube's most viewed video. I don't know. I didn't believe this at first, and I'm still wondering, is this true? Hold on. Let's just go back and see real quickly. Baby shark dance. Baby shark dance. Is it true? Is it true? BBC, yes, 4 days ago, Baby Shark becomes YouTube's most watched video of all time. Okay, so we can believe BBC. It's a foreign news network. Government, is mixed in with it, but we can believe everything that they say. Oh my gosh. I've heard that. People are like, hey man, just trust, foreign news sources. And there is some validity to the idea of watching videos from groups outside of our own, but the BBC is mega shady. So here we go. Baby Shark. Have you seen this, by the way? Have you guys seen this? Baby Shark swims to the top of YouTube, officially becoming the #1 most viewed YouTube video in history with 7.04 billion views. Wow, dude. 7 billion. How long has this thing even been around? Infectious children's song. Infectious. Oh, it probably is. It's probably evil. It looks evil. Oh, and it's a shark. We've talked about this, guys. Oh, Baby Shark. Do you see what they're doing? Now they're prepping us for the idea that sharks know how to surf on surfboards. We showed the video of the shark, remember? Going up behind that one surfer, nudged the board and bolted, and it was caught on the drone. Remember that? He was wanting to hop on and take a ride. He's like, I wonder if there's anybody on the board. I'm going to hop up there and do this. I've been watching Baby Shark on YouTube. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Oh, okay. Is it going to take me? All right. What's up? Oh, I have to go to the YouTube channel. For once, I was hoping they'd embed it. Ping pong. This is already annoying me. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, wait a second. What? This is mind control, guys. What? How is this the most popular? Oh, because it has 10 million downvotes. They don't care, by the way. They don't care. That's why I encourage people, my haters. I'm like, oh, dude, comment. Let me know. Tell me how much you're angry, dude. Post a bunch of them. Just blah, blah, blah. And give me downvote. And tell all your friends. Downvote my videos. Because the algorithm doesn't care. The algorithm doesn't care. You know what, man? These people are probably banking in loot right now. Banking in loot. They're just like swimming in gold coins. Oh, man, dude. Is this? I hope it's not. It's got to be copyrighted, probably. We're doing a lot of commentary, though. So here we go.
Baby shark, baby shark. Mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark. Daddy shark,
What?
Daddy shark, Daddy.
What is wrong with people, man? What is wrong with people? Why? Who did this and thought, oh, that sounds great? And they're like, well, we've got the little kid. We've got the little boy. We've got the little girl. It's very terribly dubbed. The green screen is crap. And what are we missing? Oh, We're missing some, some guy that sounds like he's out of the Swiss Alps. Baby shark, dude, like a Ricola guy. What the heck, man? How did they get the Ricola guy, by the way? And why did he ever stop blowing that horn?
Shark, daddy shark. Grandma shark, grandma shark,
That doesn't even sound like a grandma. Grandma shark, No, it doesn't, dude. I'm no longer convinced. And look at that little girl's face. That is going to be the face of her feelings when she's older and watches this. What did I do? What did I do? The money wasn't worth it. I sold my soul for the money, and it just wasn't worth it.
Grandma shark, grandma shark. Grandpa shark,
Is that all this is?
Let's go hunt. Say fat rat.
I can't handle that anymore. It's over. It is over, guys. We are done. We are done with that. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It is over. When I saw that kid come out of the Swiss cheese under the water and go dirk like this, I'm like, no, it's done, dude. Forever. This is banned. They need to do to these kids what they did to Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's wicked bad. Oh, I forgot to put something into the, Hold on, give me 1 second. I got to do this, man. I got to do it. Let's see here. There we go. There we are. Oh, where is that going to go? Hold on. Where is it going to go? Okay, yeah. Put it right there. So, okay. All right, we're moving on, guys. Remember, if you love these stories, and I know that you do, I know you love them, make sure to send, if you got stories and you want to send them to me, and you want to get credit like Adam and Bethany, where they sent me that really terrible spider soup video that made me almost puke my brains out. If you want to send anything like that, and I've got one coming up on Monday of a whale, right? I've been told there was a whale and a person in a kayak and stuff, and Jonah. So that was sent to us. Very excited about that. And if you want to go ahead and send it, you want to get credit for it, make sure to email it, paleocratdiaries@gmail.com. And before we move on, we'll do a couple more of these comments because, dude, there's a lot now. I love you guys, man. And I'm sorry if I can't get through all of them. I really, truly apologize for that. Oh, man. Yeah. KeyTube says that the spiders, that's probably Cambodia. They are known for eating spiders. Remind me not to visit Cambodia. Remind me. Just put a big X on Cambodia and say, just block it out. It doesn't exist, guys. Cambodia is not real. Not in my brain. No way. Brian says, you've had fried chicken. Now try fried spider. No, I don't think so. I don't believe that. KMO. Oh, okay, KMO. I mentioned earlier that KMO is the person who asked me the anime that I liked and sent Steph. And what's her last name, man? Because she got married. She's good friends with my boy, Steve Skojic. We're really close, man. Real tight. Me and Steve. We're so close that I named my pink set of headphones that I wear in definitely unlisted videos. I think both of them I've had the Skojis on. Named those headphones after Steve Skojic. But she's friends with him. I know she used to do a bunch of writing and stuff like that. She got married. But so Steph is the one. He says he knows her in real life. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude. Yeah. You got to let her know about the show, man. She's liked a couple of the things that I've done, but I don't know if she's ever liked any of the videos or anything like that. I think she'd have fun with it. Maybe, maybe. Let's see. Marion McCann is watching from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Dude, yes. Top of the morning to you. Definitely excited to have you. We have people all over the world, and I absolutely love it, man. I love seeing all the people. All the people who love this show tuning in all the time to make sure that they are up to date, not only with the politics and stuff like that, but the great animal uprising. Let's see. CF says they mentioned Simon's you referenced on Tucker, and they hustled them off the show. Did they really? Oh, yeah. Yes, they did. And they hustled him off the show. I remember that. It was like a 4-minute clip, and he's like, oh, we got to go. Bye. Unbelievable. Let's see here. Barbara says that's Chinese made. Are you talking about the video with the sharks? Baby sharks, it's Chinese made? Then it's definitely propaganda, guys. It's definitely propaganda. You know, we played right into it. We still have that little bugger on the screen. Look at him. Just look at him. He knows that this is a big con. He knows. Isn't that how they march, military style? That looks like a beret too, doesn't it? This is all esoteric. Oh, man. Brian says, I'm making the kids cry with baby shark stuff. Oh, man, yes. Ah. That is so funny. That is so funny. All right. Let's see here, man. Oh, Ailey says that the plum, I'm not even going to say the name of the place. She puts the name of it. Well, yeah, I will. It's ShopRite. With the plum, with the earwigs. It was ShopRite, and she said it's in Connecticut. So, all right, we are moving on. But to move on, we got to get our coffee ready, guys. We've got to get the coffee ready. And so we got to raise it high to the sky, because today is the day the Lord has made. We're rejoicing 110%. We're glad in it, right? We are doing the very best we can at what we do. We might be at home with the kids. We might be at work with people that annoy us and make us want to crack those, quarter rolls and everything to hear the sound in order to kind of slow us down. We might be riding truck. We might be driving around doing multiple different tasks all throughout the day. But no matter what we're doing in our lives, we are giving everything we've got. We are giving it all we've got, all of our gifts, all of our talents, all of our energy, refusing to give up, refusing to stop smiling. We aren't going to do it. We are going to continue pressing on because we're a wolf pack. And for the wolf pack today, I have a very, very, very special treat for you. I got to get this water thing out of the way, man. It keeps getting in my way. I'm like leaning forward. Water gets in the way, guys. Water gets in the way. So raise that glass high. We're going to howl at the sun. And we're going to howl at the sun right alongside a couple little guys. Not just our little guy we had before. We did an edited video for this. But at the end, there's a howl that you absolutely must see. You must hear this little howl. It's the cutest little howl you've ever heard. And it will inspire you and encourage you and empower you all throughout your day. So raise it high, folks. Let's howl. And if you have any howling videos of you or your children, or pictures of you raising a cup to the sky, selfies or little TikTok videos that you've got, make sure to send it to us at paleocratdiaries@gmail.com, and we'll add them to videos like this. Did you hear that at the end? Dude, I love that kid. That is little Louie. That is little Lucian. So little Brian, Annabelle, little Louie, those three superstars of the Wolfpack, superstars with the Wolfpack. Definitely love those kids. Yes, Brian Parker. Never give up. Keep on smiling. Memento mori. Take a knee for Jesus, man. Those are the slogans, aren't they? That's what this is all about. It is what it is all about. And TNR/ says, raising my playing cards. Dude, it doesn't matter, bro. You raise whatever you got. You raise it with all of your might, because we are Wolfpack and we're rocking, man. We're going to rock this news. And by the way, real quick, before anything else, make sure there are a couple websites that you got to go check out. You got to do it. You got to go to Stop the Steal. That's stopthesteal.us. That's one of them. And you have to go to, I believe it's sunriseexposed.com. I believe it is. I believe it's .com. Let's find out. But this one here, hold on. Let's see. Stopthesteal.us. Because there are people that reach out to me. In fact, it's been kind of a sad fact. There's a lot of people reaching out to me. Then they're very devastated. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. They're devastated. They're heartbroken. They don't know what to do. They don't have any hope. And I'm like, are you not listening to the show? Are you not listening to the show? Because that's not the way we roll. But in fairness, we're human. Okay? We're human. And we all go through that. And so if we do, we are there for each other. And so I don't want to discourage any member of the Wolfpack. If you're going through that and you're having a hard time, you come over to me. Believe me, I will cause those spirits to rise and embolden you, empower you to say, look, you are better than that. You can do it. You can do it. But if people are interested, where they say, look, I want to get involved. I want to go to these rallies in places that are contested. Where do we go to do that? Stopthesteal.us. They've got stuff for Arizona, right? It talks about November 6th, 6 p.m. tonight, Maricopa Tabulation Center. You've got that. It has yesterday's too. Protest in Pennsylvania. You've got it on North 3rd Street, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's up there. You're going to have, I believe, at the one in Maricopa, you're going to have Charlie Kirk. At the one in Pennsylvania, you're going to have Jack Posobiec, and you're going to have Scott Pressler. In Georgia, you're going to have a decent number of people, including C.J. Pearson, Amy Kramer, and that is the State Farm Arena. Oh, no, that was yesterday, so I'm sorry. They don't have one going on in Georgia. Not at least listed here, but they do have it on Pennsylvania. And in Michigan, of course, they have it 1 Washington Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan. This is at the TCF Center, which is where a bunch of the videos that I've got, a bunch of these videos showing people filling in the dots. And it's like, oh, wait a second. That's kind of weird, bro. Why are you filling in all those dots? Who are you? Why are you flipping page after page after page after page, filling them out, putting them in a stack with ballots that were filled out by other people? Kind of weird, bruh. And the thing is, how are you doing this days after the vote was supposed to have been done? Oh, that's right, because there's no election fraud. Oh, no. Believe us. Look, I interviewed somebody years ago. I wish I remembered the name of the organization, a relatively prominent organization that claims to be, their claim to fame is that they assure everybody that there's no such thing as election fraud. It's statistically irrelevant. And whenever the media gets in on this, they're always going, they used to always, at least to this primary source, they would go there over and over and over. I had them on years and years and years ago on AM/FM radio. And it's like the time that I interviewed Planned Parenthood. When I was an atheist, I interviewed them one time. I didn't support them. I was not even happy that they were on the show. The owner of the channel said, look, you got, these people are coming on. And it wasn't somebody, it was like a person who made posters and stuff. But either way, they peddled stuff that I knew was a lie. And I told the management, I said, never again. Never, never, never. So even as an unbeliever, that kind of stuff just really ticked me off. And I'm like, dude, you lie on the show about mammograms, which was one of the many lies that they had. One of the many lies that they had, as well as saying that abortion only accounted for a small number of the things that they do and a small amount of the money. I knew it was a lie. Never again, man. I said, dude, don't get them near me with a 10-foot pole. Never. Same thing with this group, because, you sit there and you say, you interview somebody, and then you go and you're like, look, this is just phony bologna sauce. It's totally a lie. There's this crap going on all over the place. And it's not brand new. In fact, if I had to guess, I would say it's been going on for a very, very long time. CF says they're playing Mr. Potato Head with other people's ballots. Dude, totally. 100% playing Mr. Potato Head. We're going to put this one. You know what's weird? Every single hole is filled with a D. Every single hole. And that's why it's amazing. Have you seen the charts, by the way? Have you seen the charts that show the vote count? And then you have the sudden stop when they said, oh, we're not going to vote anymore. And it's flatlined. Biden's down over and over and over and over in so many of these states. And there's a flat line. And then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, in the morning, as we were all asleep, guess what happened? They found a treasure trove of Biden votes. And the chart goes straight up. Blam! Way high. Same thing with the voting turnout in Wisconsin. Statistically speaking, it is so improbable that it's fair to call it entirely fake. 100% fake. And these same people, there's no such thing as voter fraud. There's no such thing as voter fraud. And you're like, dude, look at the videos over and over and over. You can see it. You can see them carrying the bags. You can see, and statistically, you show me, you explain to me statistically how it's even remotely possible. How it's even remotely possible. It's not. It is not. Zach said it's time to stock up on toilet paper. It is, by the way. It is. And you know what? I saw somebody, I think it's Red Elephant. And Red Elephant was talking. He's a cool guy. I wish I knew him personally. A lot of these guys, man, I watch their stuff. I'm like, hey, man, I think you'd like my stuff, dude. I think you'd be down. You should have me on the show for some analysis. I think it's pretty good. But, and I need to have them on the show. I think we'd have a good time. Yeah. You know, but the thing is, he did a segment talking about, what is it, Georgetown? I think it's, or George Washington University. It was high profile and elite university. It was telling all their students that it's likely that things are going to begin getting very violent and that they're going to need at least a week or more of essential goods and things like that, food and whatnot. And I would actually say, yeah, I actually agree with that. I agree with that. I think that it's time that people go because it's on like Donkey Kong. It is on like Donkey Kong. Let's see here. Yeah, Bob Schmidt said it's not statistically possible. Dude, I'm totally with you 100%. Bob, you are totally right, buddy. You are 100% right. Oh, boy. And you're tuned into a good show, so you're right, dude, probably on a lot of stuff. I believe that, by the way. Thanks for tuning in, man. I like how they found ballots all for Biden with no down ballot votes. Ain't that a thing? I'm only here to vote for Biden. Oh, you are you? Oh, you are you? I'll tell you why. Because, the longer you stay filling out the circles and having to look around, that's going to take a while. It is going to take a while. And so, if you're playing that game and you're like looking around all over and going ballot by ballot by ballot, you're really only interested in Joe Biden. That's really all you want because you could care less everybody down the ballot. What you do more than anything, you don't love Joe Biden. You aren't doing that because you love Joe Biden. You're doing that because you have Trump derangement syndrome. Because you are cuckoo bird in the brain. You have lost your mind. You have been victim to a psyop years and years now that's been going on. And you were victim to it in 2016. You were traumatized out of your mind. Lied to by the mainstream media. Over and over and over. And you bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. And when it didn't happen, boom, everything in your world exploded. You couldn't make sense of the world anymore. And you never sought help. And if you did seek help, you sought help from people who may have gone through the exact same thing. A bunch of counselors who were at home crying as they're rolling Play-Doh and blowing bubbles and saying, oh, what are they going to do next time to make sure it doesn't happen? And you know what they're going to do? They're going to do what they've been doing right now. Right now. Unbelievable. And for people who wonder, they say, okay, well, you mentioned a book and stuff. You mentioned different reports. The Democracy Playbook. Look at this. Norman Eisen. Yes. Norman Eisen. The Democracy Playbook. And remember, preventing and reversing Democratic backsliding. And look what they got, man. Look what they got. That sure as heck ain't a Biden rally. That sure as heck ain't a Biden rally. How can they halt and reverse Democratic backsliding and make democratic institutions work more effectively? They're deeply rooted in evidence. What the scholarship and practice of democracy teach us about what does and doesn't work. We hope the diverse backgrounds and individuals will find the syntheses herein useful as they design catered, context-specific strategies for contesting and resisting the illiberal toolkit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's organized into two principal sections. One dealing with actions that domestic actors can take within democracies. Oh, look at that. We talked about that with the Zoom calls. With Sunrise, with Shutdown. We know all about you guys. We know all about you. The resistance. By the way, I posted this one person yesterday, man, under the Meaning of Catholic video with me. I always get at least one, right? Somebody who's boo-hooing. Somebody who's not happy with something I said, right? And this person was like, oh, is it possible that not everything is a conspiracy? And I'm like, yes. In fact, not everything is a conspiracy. I've been telling people like you that for years. You guys just suck at conspiracies. You guys make conspiracies where there's nothing. Russiagate, Ukraine, children in cages. And then you deny stuff that's out in the open. You deny stuff. You do the, me no see this. You're like the little kid. You're the little kid that closes his eyes like my son. You play hide and seek and you're like, okay, go hide. And he goes like this. And you have to pretend, say, I don't see, where'd Lucian go? Oh my gosh. And then he moves his eyes and you're like, oh, there's Lucian. Dude, he's not even 2. You, however, I will not play that game with you. Oh, there you are. Peekaboo. Peekaboo, I see you. Weirdo. Total bona fide weirdo. Dude, it's totally true. Totally true. Unbelievable, man. Yeah, so okay. So including retrenching ones. Oh, yeah, retrenching. There we go. And the second, addressing the role of international actors in supporting and empowering pro-democracy actors on the ground. Dude, this is in that Sunrise Exposed stuff with Millie Weaver. You got to see it, man, where it talks about and Jack Posobiec's video that's been censored like crazy, by the way, censored like crazy. It's amazing. The rise of the black flags. It's about Antifa. What is Antifa? What are the origins of Antifa? And video footage, documentary video footage of them being trained by people that we have labeled as terrorists for many years, being trained on weapons and warfare. Because these people are terrorists. They're terrorists. Eisen, man. Exclusive international audit executive based on results and a review of numerous activities. The 2020 presidential election was materially corrupted in favor of Democrat Joe Biden. There's a whole bunch in here. It's by Joe Hoft. Okay. So they go through the materially tainted results in favor of Joe Biden. You've got the overall results. Okay. The participation rate of elections historically around 40 to 45. Some states had double that. Overnight on election night around 4 a.m. in Michigan, hundreds of thousands of votes suddenly appeared, and all of them were Biden. And by the way, all of these votes, this stuff is taking place in the exact same area of the state, where the people working in those polling stations, where they were working, and the people who were overseeing those votes, those people had been trained by the individuals that were busted straight up in hashtag Detroit Leaks. And if you don't know what that is, that was reported on right here. We didn't report on it. We talked about it. We played the audio so you could hear it. We described the significance of what they were saying. You could hear them laughing about the whole crowd laughing at the idea of how do we make it so that people can't see what we're doing? How can we make it so that we can include as many as possible, even if they can't be verified? There's like, what, 12 leaks? Audio leaks from these trainings? A bunch of people. More than one trainer. It's all out there. Oh, and it just so happens to be in the exact same place. Ain't that a thing? Big league politics, man. Good job on that, by the way. Good job on that, by the way. Unbelievable. By the way, if you're watching this show, I'm super glad. Make sure you share this. This is really important news, by the way. This is we've been ahead of the curve. You know, if this is the first time you're watching this, you need to trust me when I say this. When you're listening to other shows and you hear them talk about color revolution, you hear them talk about shut down DC or sunrise, we are at the really close to the tip of the spear. We're relying on information being provided from investigative sources. And we go to the fringe. We don't care where we go. I go to some dark places to find this. And we bring it to you. And now it's been amazing. People, veterans of this show, people who tune in can assure you, they can tell you that when they go and they watch Fox News, when they go and they listen to One American News, or they go on and they check out major time players on YouTube and they're listening to what they say, that we are literally light years ahead. I've been ahead of the game at one point when talking about copper green. It's been a long time. It was a meeting that took place back during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, right, when that was in its heyday, and it involved a bunch of senators that got to listen to this. I believe Pelosi and McCain were part of this. I talked about that. Over a year later, almost 2 years after that video, when I was on AM/FM radio, almost 2 years later, the news, boom, all over the place. Rush Limbaugh talking about it. Sean Hannity talking about it. And I shared my video from 2 years before. And I said, we are on this, man. We are on this. And we're not only on this, unlike them, we're not sitting there trying to keep you locked in with a bunch of sensational crap. We're not doing sports talk play-by-play. We're doing serious deep dive analysis. And we're looking ahead with a smile on our face, refusing to ever give up. Never. And to be very, very joyful warriors. Steve Bannon. The fact is Donald Trump won an overwhelming victory. Remember, I said you got it. This right here. This is an example. And maybe you can see Maria over on the side. Mornings with Maria. And I don't know if she's nearly as convinced. But she's one of those Fox News folks. And I told you guys, cut the cable. Stop pretending that Fox News is not mainstream media. If you want to give a pass to Tucker, like I do, and maybe Laura Ingraham, only insofar as I've accepted the idea that she's truly, in a heartfelt way, sad that she was played so badly by the Bush brand of neoconservatism, that she was played by them, that she was she's sitting there playing the tune. She was doing the minstrel thing, playing the tune for the globalists. And she's done with that. Sean Hannity, I don't even tune into him anymore. I don't even tune into him. I'm tired of the TikTok, nothing. I'm tired of it, man. There's better sources out there. There's better ways to spend an hour. And there's better shows that are on. I mean, I'm sorry to say this. There's much better shows. The World Wide Web has made it possible for us to watch a lot. But you got Steve Bannon. President Trump has multiple paths to be inaugurated. Yes. The fact is Donald Trump won an overwhelming victory. You see that in the Senate. You see that in the House. You see that in the state legislatures, all down the ticket. If we can get a legal vote, Donald Trump wins it. That's as simple as it goes. And that's the kind of confidence, man. He ain't playing footsies. He's not playing patty cake. He knows what's going on. He knows that this is war. Raheem Kassam, he was on with War Room Pandemic. They're gone, by the way. I don't think that War Room's even on. Yeah, they're gone. Look at that. They're done. They're off Twitter. The totalitarian left, MMFA, specifically, Peltz Madeline, has pushed a campaign to have War Room Pandemic removed from Twitter and YouTube. And for those who don't know, War Room Pandemic it's a fantastic show. You can see it. Go over to Gateway Pundit. I use them regularly. Okay, it's one of my main sources. I love the news there. I don't always agree with every bit of analysis, but there's a good skeletal structure for the news that they have, and for the stories that they choose. Because every site's got to pick stories. right? You got to pick stories. And so, I could take stories from other sources and just look at it and say, I don't even agree with the angle, right? And that I would probably do that. I should do that more and have fun with that to break it down. But I'm like, I don't even want you to go to those sites, man. Some of these things just simply aren't worth it. I'm saying that as someone who went to journalism school. But they had removed it from Twitter. Okay, well, just another service? We'll just use another service. Actually, Raheem, yes, by the way. Just use another service. Go and do it. I've got a backup. Do you guys think that I'm naive enough to believe that YouTube will not one day come after me? I am told constantly, over and over, dude, your show is doing better and better all the time. More and more people. It's being mentioned now. Bigger name people. It's awesome. I'm glad to keep it small. I kind of like being under the radar. It's kind of punk. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of a punk show. We're way outside the mold. We don't fit into any of the particular categories, not very comfortably, because we have so much fun. I thought recently, the closest thing we are is oh my gosh, man, what's his name? Oh man, that's gonna kill me, dude. Change my mind. What is that, man? I feel badly because I normally change my mind meme. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Steven Crowder. Man, I can't believe I forgot his name. Steven Crowder. I like the guy. I haven't seen him in a minute. Right. I was more into him like in the heyday with 2016 stuff like that when Milo was still with Breitbart and stuff, and they would go around. I was more into him at that time. I still like him. Nothing against him. I think he's fantastic. But I think it's close. Like if you take a show that's funny and you take a show that's comedic, but even with most of his comedy, I mean, we're going way out in left field. I mean, and I can imagine people tuning in and being like, bro, is this guy really talking about animal uprisings and crap? What the heck is this? So I get it, man. I get it. Dean says, interesting now that the socialists left that run tech will now censor anyone for any reason with zero consequence. Why not censor everyone you don't agree with if no one stops you? Dude, that's exactly true. And and that's why one of the reasons why when Tim Gordon brought up, people like Ted Cruz. I'm like, no, dude, Ted Cruz is a lot of blah, 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 blah. He's a lot of talk. He's one of those all talk, no action guys. He is. I'm sorry to say that, man. And he's wrong about the Proud Boys. He's way wrong. He's ridiculous dumb about it. And I won't ever forget, by the way, those memes about during the 2016 election, during the primaries with Donald Trump and Ted Cruz on the stage together and all that, man. They were the hilarious air horn memes. Right, from Can't Stop the Trump or Can't Stump the Trump and others that made these memes about Ted Cruz and the awkwardness, his daughter flicking his nose. I'll never forget this, man. I'll never forget it. But when it comes to tech, he's a lot of blah, blah, blah. How often, look, the GOP, this is what makes Trump so different. Trump is not doing the blah, blah, blah. And what's amazing is Trump is doing a lot of what he's doing without much help from the Republicans, and not just not much help, but even worse, oftentimes with them opposing him. That's what makes him different, by the way. That's what makes him so awesome, by the way. Let's see here. Where is it? Where did I go? Okay. So yeah, Steve. Yeah, but this is why Bannon. This is why the right after he said this, Steve Bannon War Room Pandemic live stream was taken off YouTube abruptly after he said this.
You're so sensitive. You can take us down on YouTube. We're gonna get even more powerful. Suck on this. We got it for cyberbullying. Suck on this. We won, you lost. He's president of the United States. He's going to remain president of the United States. We're going to get all 9 justices on the Supreme Court.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that. He said, suck on this. Not only did he win, we're going to get all the justices. Look at this. He went a little bit further. Oh, okay. So I got at least one of these. I was afraid that I didn't have this, but I do. So, okay, here's one. I've got like 20, man. I've got 20, 25. Just coming in like crazy. I've got voter fraud stuff, alerts. I've got voter fraud alerts that have a list of thousands of people who are dead. People who were born in 1850. Think about it, guys. In the 1900s. In fact, I would encourage you to go to verify your vote. And you can do this online for free. Okay, the states have this. You can verify it online for free. And it will tell you, right, if you voted, if you're registered, and for what year. And in some cases, if they've got your absentee ballot. So if you put in an absentee ballot, it will tell you if it's been received or not. But here's the thing. Go in there and put in your grandparents, put in their names, their ages, and put in their addresses. I think all it requires, it doesn't require the entire address. I think it requires the month and year of birth, first and last name, and the zip code. That's what it requires. But watch this, guys. Yeah, no fraud, by the way. Come on. Oh, look at this. Look at this little sweet cheeks. Look at this cat. Oh, do, going down the line. Do, going down the line. Oh, what's he going to do here? Oh, let's stamp it up. Oh, there's that pen. Do, going down the line. Do, cheating my brains out. Pop that sucker in the face. Put that homie in a headlock. Kick his butt out. Is it a Biden mask he's wearing? Do, cheating my brains out. Do, toss me in jail. It's a crime, man. It is a crime. This cat's busted. This cat is busted, folks. James says, when I die, don't let me vote Democrat. Dude, we're going to have to put each other in a trust, man. We're going to have to put something together that's like, look, secure my vote. Make sure that every year you go back and say, poor James, man. He died being a very valiant dude, doing something truly amazing in his life. And we will always remember him. And in memory and honor of him, we're going to make sure that Democrat thievsters, these crooked goons, that they're not going to steal his vote. We got you, Holmes. We got you, homie. Unbelievable. I got tons of these, by the way. This is just one. That's what I said earlier, that it was taking me so long to get on, because I'm like, bro, I've got to get this up. In fact, I'm going to put it up again right now, and I'm going to see like throughout the show, if it comes up, man, I'm going to set it to a couple of these videos. Okay, there's one. We'll see if it pops up, because if it does, this is going to be really great. This is going to be really great. It'd be fantastic. Yeah, because it's showing up to sync with this one. Here, let me see if I can get the sync going over here, man. I got to do it because I've got such great stuff, man. I've got such great stuff. You got to have it, man. Okay. We're going to see if that works. If it does, we got a bunch of videos. Mail fraud update. Federal investigators are in Michigan after Project Veritas USPS whistleblower came forward last night. Dude, we're getting this constantly, over and over again.
The U.S. Postal Service sent inspectors to a post office branch in Traverse City after concerns of possible fraud. The Office of the Inspector General had federal investigators at the branch on Barlow Street today. It comes after a group known as Project Veritas posted a video which claims to identify a postal supervisor allegedly instructing employees to take absentee ballots received on Wednesday and backdate them with a postmark for Tuesday.
This is not the only state, by the way. This is not the only one that's done that. I believe Pennsylvania's also been busted for that. The idea, you're having whistleblowers that are coming forward saying, look, man, they had us put dates on this that weren't there. And that way it would work. That way we could do this. You simply can't do this. Charles Blow. Look at him crying. What a goon. This is so personally devastating. It's so devastating. And by the way, add this to the statistical probability, right? Or the statistical impossibility that Joe Biden won. Just think about the numbers with this. The black male vote for Trump increased from 13 in 2016 to 18% this year. The black female vote for Trump doubled from 4 to 8. He got more in all these demographics. What was the only one that he got less in? Was it boomers? Was it boomers? That's okay. Cut them loose, man. They're Fox News'd out. They remember the good old days with W. You know, I remember W and McCain and Dole. Those were the good days. No, they weren't, man. No, they weren't. We're the people of the working class now, man. The young, the working class. And look, we don't want to tell the elderly to go away. We don't want that at all. But they need to know when they see an idea of conservatism ascending that that's the way the history goes. It is. We are in ascending. We are in ascension mode. Mark asked, this can be the beginning of a civil war. The Dems are a communist organization at work. Dude, I've been talking civil war. We've been in a cold civil war for a long time. Yeah. Way worse. We've been in a cold civil war for many years. I've talked about civilizational crises, the rise and fall of civilizations and different models that talk about this kind of point where the ascending group, a group that's got momentum and is surging, right, and is built up within the chaos that is contained within a civilization in decline. And when it reaches that point, that intersection where those two, the decline and the ascending, where those come together, you're going to have major time violence. We're there right now. We're there right now. And so when we talk about this, look, I'm not playing footsies or patty cake with people when I say color revolution. A color revolution is essentially a dynamic, when it's done to your own people, it should be considered not just intrusion into the electoral politics of another country, but an act of aggression and war when we do it to other countries. When we do it to our own, no different, except that it's way more personal now. It's an act of aggression. It's an act of war being done and perpetrated on our own people. James says, Jeremiah, Trump did a little worse with white males who everyone claims to be the most racist. Sayaku 1, well, when God is placed down or not at all, old red legs takes over. Many are so brainwashed. I pray for them. Yes, totally. That's the point. Like, it's not a political argument. It's not a political argument that we've lost in and of itself. Political arguments are important, right? Debate, policy, understanding how things work. Those are important. First principles, worldviews, all of these are important. But at the very core of all of this, sin. Sin. We are a nation, I've said it before, man, we're like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Wicked kinds of sins all over the place. We do great things and we do wildly wicked things. We're like the best and worst of the world in many ways. And I said, we can't get away from this, man. We can't get away from this when Kanye is right. We've had a holocaust of children. We've had a holocaust of children. And what they're doing in the black community, he called it genocide. Dude, totally true. When what is it, half? At this point, half of those babies now are murdering them. Dude, grotesque degrees of sin. Grotesque degrees of sin. Liam says fraud election. Oh, totally, man. Listen to this.
I don't think I wasn't supposed to hear that. I was one of the last carriers in the building. I don't even think he realized I was still there.
Okay, tell me where you work.
I work at the post office in Erie, PA.
Tell us what happened this morning, November the 5th.
Okay, look, what did I tell you? Pennsylvania, man. I was dude, on the money. On the money. You got Michigan. You got Pennsylvania. USPS. Ain't that a thing? And they're the ones, remember, they were the ones that were told, they assured everybody, oh, we got it under control. Remember in Michigan, Senator Gary Peters, he shows up. I'm like, dude, this is all a con. He shows up to the USPS just to make sure that everything's in place. And he got in front of the cameras and he assured everybody, yes, the USPS is going to do it. They've got it under control. Oh, they're going to do it all right. They're going to do it all right. But then when election time comes, guess what happens? Guess what happens? They get told, hey, you got to have the ballots here. Oh, well, we don't have very many people working. Oh, that's kind of convenient. You know what that makes for? A small group. That makes for a small group. Which undermines, by the way, the idea that you're going to need to have a whole bunch of people, you know, because people who are like, oh, this is a conspiracy theory. Think of all of the factors that would have to be in play. Yes, let's do that. If you limit the pool of people like they did with the Russiagate hoax, with the small group, with the people in the meeting with Obama, do it by the book, insurance policy weirdos talking to each other on text, or individuals talking via ham radio, it's easier. Same thing here. You've limited it. And if they say, yeah, but if there's too many people, it's going to spill out. And you go, yes, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. So you verified both points of contention. Small groups necessary. If it broadens beyond that, it's going to be prone to be outed. And that is exactly what we're seeing here. Okay, here's the let's see. Okay, so there's no audio for this. That's fine. This is talking about the birth year, 1900, zip code 49201, your clerk, election date. There we go. Let's pause this. Let's pause this, guys. Election date, application received 9/11/2020. Ballot sent 9/11/2020. Ain't that a thing? Ballot received 10/8/2020. So, dude, it's counted, guys. It is counted. That's old grandpa. That's grandpa dead and 6 feet in the ground pants. That's what that is. No longer alive. Thousands, tens of thousands of people verified already. Tens of thousands in certain areas alone. Dude, you sit there and you go, this is outstanding. This is outrageous. And guess what? People are trying to delete that. Why? Personal information. Oh, personal information for the guy who croaked? For the lady who died back in 1980 something? And somebody's using it in order to do votes? Ain't that a thing? In the comments, Sayku asked, I know your president won, but when do you think they're going to announce the winner? Dude, this is not about this. This is about it'll go to the courts, ultimately. I believe it will ultimately go to the courts. I could be wrong, but I believe it will ultimately go to the courts, the highest court in our land, and it will be decided. But even then, it won't be over because if I had to make a prediction, I don't like doing that too often, right? I like outing people's plans ahead of time. But if I had to make a prediction, even if the court said it, right, it would not be accepted. Maybe even by either party. I don't know. And it's going to get to the point where it's going to fall back to what's going on in the streets. And that's dangerous, by the way. That's why I said earlier, I said it pains me to say this, but you know, you got to deal. I've said this before. My dad is a wise guy. He's not wise on not listening to the show. I found that out recently. Broke my heart, in fact. Pretty ticked off at my dad. I'm like, man, I talk about you, man. You're like a hero on the show. You're a hero on the show, and instead you're listening to, you know, Charlie Kirk and crap. What the heck, man? What's going on? But he has some wisdom in the idea, and these are proverbial truths. My dad didn't make this up. But the proverbial truth that I heard from him, that you got to play the cards you're dealt and dance with who you brought. And in this case, we got to, you know, play with the hands that we've been dealt, right? And at the same, we got to do both. We have to do both things, right? Some of this we brought upon ourselves, both spiritually and politically. It's just true. And it's just the way that a lot of this plays itself out in human history. People should read The Fourth Turning. I'm not a fatalist in a cyclical sense of nature, that it's this constant loop. But I believe that there's wisdom in the idea that seasons come, seasons go, seasons come again. And I think that we can see that less mechanical than the book would propose. You know, I believe in linear time, influenced by the great work, City of God, of course, with St. Augustine. After NBC News report, Facebook takes down page of group that called for Trump supporters to show up at the Detroit vote counting center. It's true, man. Oh, wait a second. Isn't Brandy Zadrozny? Isn't that Zadrozny? Isn't that the one who's like the Antifa, the resident Antifa person who does the doxing? Isn't that her? Oh, convenient, man. Again, dude, they've got their wizards and warlocks on this, man. It's what they've got. Yes, yes, that's what it is. Look, Darren Beatty, dude, I'm telling you, I knew it. Over at Revolver News, and if you're not over there, you got to be. It's like AM greatness. You got to do it. Darren Beatty says that NBC reporter's job is to harass and intimidate Trump supporters. There she is. She's like the demonic version of Ann Coulter. Unbelievable. We've all seen this probably. These are they're trying to make it so that people can't see through the windows. They're not protecting their windows, right? Protecting them from like projectiles and stuff with pizza box material. They don't want people to see. They don't want them to see what's going on. And the reason they don't want them to see is for the exact same reason that this dude, man, I gotta just show it. Maybe if I send this to myself, give me a second. Because at least this one, I gotta do this. Oh, wait a second, man. Oh, dude, it opened it up. Hold on. It did it. Wait a second. Let's see if this works. Did it work? Oh, no, I don't know if it worked. I'm trying to see if this thing's going to work because there's a great video and we've got to see it, man. We've got to see it. Here we go. Google Chrome. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Maybe. This is a .var. So I don't know if we're going to be able to. We'll find out. I feel badly for continuing to try that, but there's a great video that shows this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, more USPS workers contacting us. I urge patriotic Americans, if you know about any of this voter fraud, you got to do it. Rick Grenell announces lawsuit at a rally in Las Vegas to stop the steal. Illegal ballots are being counted in Nevada. Matt Brainerd says this. So here's the problem. I have at my fingertips the data for everyone in 7 key states who requested an absentee ballot or voted early. Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. I also have the ability to run this against the Social Security Death Index and the National Change of Address Database. What do you do? He's asking people to retweet. This is a big project, guys. Of course. Yeah, this was published yesterday. But again, state officials find 25 to 35,000 more ballots in Georgia. More and more. We need more. Biden's behind. We need more. Ballot Count Watcher describes at least 130,000 ballots, all for Biden, arriving in 3 vehicles in Detroit in the dead of night. This video, it's long. It's the only reason I don't want to play it. It's like 11 minutes long. We got to share. In fact, this was the most shared video with me, where people shared it to me. People who listen to the show. And if you listen to the show and you've got information, look, we're covering this thing rapid fire. In fact, it's so rapid fire, I may be doing videos over the weekend. And if you want to follow the videos for the most updated news, I'm trying to show as many of these videos as I humanly can. I want to do it. I'm trying to send one of these. I'm doing double-handed here, man. I got my hand on one laptop and I'm trying to do the other at the same time. Let's see if I can send this email or this message. Let's see if it came in. Let's see if it came in. I'll check in a second. Allegheny County, PA still has 35,413 uncounted ballots. But election staff is taking the day off for, administrative work and stuff. They'll resume count on Friday. We'll let you know how it goes. They need more time. I'm going to put that at the end. We're going to finish up on that. Because we have to know, guys. We have to know. Here, let's get to Facebook. Oh, no, not that one. No. Is it even going to let me open that up? No. Is that going to even let me open it up, or is it just going to say that that's not even a real file? Dude, bro, it's going to make me so mad. Oh, it's going to make me so mad. Let's see if we can go ahead and add it here. Yeah, file that. It's a whole bunch of stuff, man. It's got to be... Oh, maybe it won't let me do it. That's tragic, man. Because this guy, the Democrat, nope, file can't be accessed. Darn it, man. That's okay. We're going to do it over the weekend, man. It probably won't be so long. It'll be more informal. We'll be able to talk back and forth. But I encourage you, man, share this with your friends. And if you want to see that, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go to paleocratdiaries.com. You're going to have to go there. Okay? And pray for me, man. It was funny on Meeting a Catholic. People are like, dude, Jeremiah's looking hit. They're saying maybe it was the blue lighting or whatever. I look like Vampire Hunter D, right? And they were saying I look like that. I said, bro, I'm burning the wick at both ends. I'm giving this thing everything I got. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not telling people, give it everything you got. Use every one of your gifts and talents that you've got. Use all of your energy. You have to believe. You have to stand firm. Posture yourself against the enemies and fight with everything you've got. Guns akimbo. Blam, 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 blam. And I'm doing it. Waking up, man. Tanking coffee. Yeah. Michael says this. Thou power is not enough to save anything. Thou need the peoples to act. What are you doing? Are you trolling me, bro? Are you trolling me with the thous, man? Thou need peoples to add. People, what? The great destruction is coming. See, I'm not a fatalist, man. I'm not a fatalist. I don't believe that. I grew up with people, man, where that was like what they believed and stuff. And they were always talking about the great destruction is coming. The great destruction is coming. And they were people that they weren't able to, like, when it didn't come, they never factored that in, and they never felt embarrassed or ashamed. And they never maybe considered the possibility that the Holy Ghost is literally begging them to be quiet. Stop talking. Please, stop talking. But I grew up in that, and it was an apocalypse. They were Assemblies of God, Church of God. That has the influence from the Adventists, right? Adventism is part of what they do. And so the idea of, the rapture and the Antichrist and the beast, and this is all coming our way. The Antichrist is a person, not a system, or maybe it is a system, and there's a timeline, and the rapture is going to happen, and all of this stuff. Yeah. They were wrong repeatedly. In fact, as it stands right now, every single one of them have been wrong. Every single one of them. That's because dispensational premillennialism sucks. And it astonishes me, man, how many people in the Catholic community buy into that kind of crap. It's not Catholic, man. It's not Catholic. And it's not Catholic to sit there and pretend that you know that the end is here. The end is upon us. The end is upon us. Because if it's not, you look like what's the name? Is it Chicken Little? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And you know how many parables throughout history? We read one recently, man. Matilda by Hilary Belloc. We read Matilda, man. She's crying fire, fire, fire. Nobody believes in it. It's same lesson as crying wolf. No. But if you're wrong, if people are wrong, I've seen it, man. I've seen people say, it's Russia. I grew up in that. That was the Cold War. And most of these people, they're newspaper exegetes, right? They open up the newspaper and they look around for all of the connections, and then they peddle it out with some mystery stuff, man, from the book of Revelation, and they push it out there and go, this is what it means, guys. And then when it doesn't play out, like every prediction that it was the USSR proper, or it was going to be Iran, or it was going to be China. There's all these different positions that people have had, or there's going to be a barcode. Remember this? Remember the barcode? It's going to be the barcode. Then it was going to be, after that, it was going to be credit cards. We may move beyond credit cards. If you were saying it was going to be credit cards and you were wrong, you should maybe apologize for that. If anybody even took you seriously. Share the show. It's a good show, by the way. We're kicking tail. And this is going to be the end because we're coming in. I said there's going to be longer. This is going to be the last. This is going to be the last segment. Hold on a second. Almost. So there are people who will say, look, every vote matters. And the answer is no. Every vote actually does not matter. Right? Or I'm so sorry. No, every vote does not count. This is Andrew McCarthy. Every vote does not count. Now, that may be an unpopular statement to make. Individuals would be like, well, man, you sound like you don't want people to vote. No, I do. I want people to vote, not dead people. And I don't want people playing the games that we're seeing in video after video after video with filling in the little dots and all the people going, it's not happening. I don't see it. No, we're not blind to this, guys. We are not blind to this. This is according to Andrew McCarthy. This is yet another semantic battle the left has won before the right even realized it was on. This is the thing, man. You have to know. That's what we've been talking about. I've been warning and saying, when this is coming, we were warning and telling people, don't even think about election day. You got to go out and vote, encourage people to vote, do that, but don't get wrapped up with the play-by-play sports announcer crap all night long. What you're feeling, what are you assuming, what's your intuition? Nobody cares, man. Prepare for the next day. Remember that the whole game had been on for a while. This right here was clear as day, months and months and months ago, which is why we talked about it, which is why we've been following this, and we know so much about the topic. It's why. And it's why, because when you watch the show and you talk to friends being influenced by the show, you are making some great points, and your friends are like, dude, dang, how does he know all that? You guys are doing great, by the way. I love all you guys. The latest talking point in the election coverage, which I've seen or heard in several places today, is that the Supreme Court has validated the mail-in depot drop and ballot counting procedures that have been ginned up by the state courts and election board bureaucrats. This is wrong. The Supreme Court has not validated anything. It has abdicated. This distinction needs to be made clearly. The narrative that the Supreme Court has already authorized voting that does not comply with state election laws is just part one in a two-step scheme. So you already know what's ahead. You're already thinking like, man, this isn't just one step. We are thinking ahead, just like the enemy that says this is going to be November 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, onward march to inauguration. But this two-step scheme is to enable post-election cheating. First, infiltrate as many illegal ballots as possible into the state systems. We're seeing this. Second, keep chanting, every vote counts. You have to have both at the same time. This is how it works. And demagogue anyone who says otherwise, i.e., anyone who insists that state statutory law be followed. And demagogue them out of existence by saying that they are trying to suppress votes. and that they're only wanting to suppress votes because it's motivated by racism. It's amazing because you can sit there and say, well, it's kind of weird. Why are you just always assuming? Why are you always assuming that we're talking about votes of black people? How many of those people are dead? I mean, why? Look, I'm trying to suppress dead votes. I'm trying to suppress phony votes. I'm trying to suppress the votes that legally don't count. And they don't count legally because them buggers are, I don't know, illegal. Obvious. The Orwellian narrative is already being written. To call for the Constitution to be enforced is to steal the election. That's what it is. And this is why it matters, guys. This was actually written before the election. It's written by Michael Tracy. It was published by Tyler Durden over at Zero Hedge. Who wins if Trump loses? And this will be the end. And by the way, I think I got one meme today. I'm serious. I think it's one meme. And it's on purpose. We went over time. We're way over. I love it. From the moment Donald J. Trump took office, I, Michael Tracy, argued it was necessary that he face a rational opposition with an emphasis on rational. Now, let's see. That's pretty big. Oh, man, no. Oh, here we go. Okay. Discerning, targeting, evidence-based criticisms would be imperative to counteract against Trump's worst impulses. I maintained at the time, giving his hardly disguised penchant for blusterous, petty authoritarianism. See, this guy's not a fan, by the way. This guy's not a fan. I disagree with him on this, okay? But yet, what he's saying, what he's going to say here, you got to listen. While, of course, Trump would be far from the only president whose excesses needed checking, any occupant of the most powerful office in the world, in world history would. Which is what I've said when people say, oh, you know, he's a megalomaniac, or he's so arrogant and he thinks only of himself. I'm like, dude, you don't understand the psychology of any president ever. If you even think that you are that you are made in this world, not just for a time like this, but for an office like that, and that you are the one, and you've got to go out and say that you are the best one out of hundreds of millions of people to be the leader. Your brain is already at that level, right? You're a kind of person that most individuals might be like, man, I think that guy's a little bit arrogant, a little self-centered. Yeah, he wants to be the leader of the, most powerful nation in human history. Kind of maybe not self-centered, but he definitely has a high opinion of himself. Okay? There was at least some reasonable cause to believe that his regular issuances of impulsive flyby tweet demands could eventually raise unique civil liberty concerns. In hindsight, though, I might as well have been arguing for a parade of pinstripe purple unicorns to march down Fifth Avenue. Because the concept of a rational Trump opposition was utterly fantasy. He talks about the resistance right away. And he says that the resistance turning into far more of a self-promotional branding exercise than any kind of sensible, civic-minded disposition. That every word that came out of Trump's mouth, no matter how inane or innocuous, prompted these wild outbursts. Blithering hysteria. Oh, the world's coming down. They became apocalyptic. The left has always had a kind of an apocalyptic cult mindset. Specifically with things like climate change, right? You hear this, we got 12 years, we got 8 years, I don't know if we're going to live tomorrow, kind of thing. And the fear factory stuff that goes on with a lot of these scientific folks that are always watching for any asteroid that's going to, crash into us and destroy us. And they watch those videos that it's like super creepy and you get chills and stuff. Oh my gosh. And they love that stuff. They love that stuff. But to encapsulate the paranoid oppositional tendency, the slogan resistance was picked for a specifically self-aggrandizing reason, to have been derived from European anti-Nazi insurgent brigades in World War II. But this is what they did. And it was worse than that. It got so delusional that a lot of these Antifa folks and resistance folks, they would share these images of, American fighters in World War II, coming out to go fight the Nazis and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we're just like them. And I'm like, bro, do you know what the military's rules were at that time? Do you know the kind of segregation that was going on? Do you know what the laws about abortion were going on? Do you know what the cultural concepts that people had at the time, right? Their values, their traditions. You call those people racist. But all of a sudden, for your propaganda that you use, all of a sudden, I'm just like them, fighting the Nazis. And that's what you try to convince yourself and others. Delusional. Because again, Trump derangement syndrome, that night, watching people melt down, they never healed of this. And those few that did heal of this, the few that did, many of those only did so by taking a knee for Jesus. Changing their lives, realizing how lost they'd become. Yeah, people believing that he's a literal Nazi, president running around literal concentration camps. Oh! It wasn't even controversial for them to say that anymore. Michael says this, clearly, to harbor such delusions about the nature of our own country's political circumstances was antithetical to the rational opposition ideal that I'd initially floated. And that's what I'm saying. I'm in the boat with him in the idea of dealing with those you disagree with in a rational way. And saying, look, we've got to talk about it. It's why I'm evidence-based. It's why I say I show what I read. I show what I'm using. I don't just tell you. You can look it up for yourself. I even provide many links to it because I want you to verify that. I want you to share it. And if you think I'm wrong, I've encouraged you. Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me. Man. Should have had my daughter come down here. Should have had it. That hairspray yesterday, that was in my eye. That hurt. Let's see. If anything, the overt reliance by Democratic partisans and self-styled resistors on official associations with the CIA, FBI, NSA, and other intelligence community has been an unbridled civil liberties disaster. It's why anti-war protesting vanished. It's why. It's why it just vanished, man. That was an amazing community of people, by the way. Dude, it's toast. Because now they're the same people now who, if Trump, well, he should have gone in with Russia. Maybe he should have gone in and fought with North Korea. Same people, man. Same people, because now they're buddy chumming it up with all of the resistance, the puppet masters of the resistance, the Strocks and the Pages of this world. The Clappers of this world. The Comeys of this world. The Steeles and the Steele dossier. Which is why, by the way, it's unsurprising that that side of the aisle is leading the color revolution. Because those are the people now who've buddy chummed it up with it. That's the tactic they're going to use. It's crazy. They used any tactic they could. Still, if the resistance is really on course to declare victory with Trump, barring some unforeseen shift of major polling error, and there was, then we're just hours away from the final vindication of their off-the-wall tactics. And that is what wins if Trump loses. That's what the people, I knew people who may have had reasonable arguments as to why they didn't like Trump. But they were naive, man. These people, and look, I have some friends. I'm like, dude, you are literally naive. You're Mr. Patty Cake Land. You're voting for neckbeard guy that gets, what, man? Did he even get 25,000? Did he even reach the number of votes that would equal, very small cities across the United States? It's a joke, man. You're voting for LARPers. Good for you. I hope you sleep good at night. As, these ideas are brought to bear, as the ideas of no gender, And they're like, "Oh, we can handle it." I'm like, "You are an accelerationist in a weird, immoral kind of way." It's a really tragic thing. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for what's going on right now. In fact, they're so statistically insignificant that, it's not like a Green Party moment in some of these states. Nobody's going to be blaming the American Solidarity Party. Let me put it that way. Captain Neckbeard can go back to be an elder at his cult and say, "Okay, good. You're back there. You're back there. Your fringy cult that you're part of. Gotcha. Gotcha. But a loss for Trump is nonetheless a win for the lunatics who spent 4 years subjecting the rest of us to an unceasing tsunami of freakish nonsense. That, my friends, by the way, that is why we keep pushing on. And that is why we've done what we've been doing in the last couple weeks, in fact, couple months, in fact, because it's not just, and I'll end. Look, man, I'll end with this. Let me go here. YouTube.com. Let's go to Meaning of Catholic. Gonna go there. Super pumped. Untangling the election results. Okay. Is this gonna have me? Is it gonna show the? Okay, down here in the comments. Here we go. I don't know if this person responded either. Oh, somebody did. Okay. So Jeremy Silvernail, and this isn't trying to bust on this guy at all. I don't know Jeremy. I'm assuming Jeremy might be a nice guy, but this right here is instructive, and I want you guys to understand this, right? What's going on? He's the one who asked, it's possible that Trump just lost. Not everything is a conspiracy. And my first answer, of course, was no. There's no wavering, man. Solid as a rock. We follow the truth. Solid as a rock, man. Nope, that's actually not. So your first premise, no. Your second one, not everything is a conspiracy. No, not everything is a conspiracy. And I told him, I said, look, I've dedicated a lot of time on my show. In fact, over 2 decades of my life. Most of it was on AM/FM. It wasn't with us. Criticizing conspiracy theories, even making parodies, poking shots at a number of their claims. I said, heck, weirdos from all ends of the spectrum have accused me of being a Russian shill, a closet Zionist, a Vatican spy, a Fed, and a Freemason. One weirdo even accused me of being a cult leader. All of that to say, you're not so subtle ad hominem is mega weak. Number 3, and this is the thing, because he says the 2000 election took weeks. He said, yeah, Trump's not some infallible beacon of light. But then he said this, the 2000 election took weeks, and there were arguments over Chads, but none of this ridiculousness. That's actually a decent point. But this is what we got to say. And I'm ending on this, and then we're doing one meme. Just one. Just one meme, that's it. I said 2000 and 2016, apples and oranges. For starter, there were no incumbents in 2000. Secondly, deep state interests didn't care either way. Bush and Gore shared certain key views. They were globalists, interventionists, both into the concept of nation building, free trade, multiculturalism, amnesty, surveillance state, lobbyists, etc. They had a significant amount in common. It's kind of like John Kerry and George Bush. And by the way, just so people remember, it's unsurprising that George W. Bush, that he would endorse Joe Biden, and that the whole gaggle of neocon hawks that were behind everything going on with Iraq and with Afghanistan, that those people were major time players in the resistance and in the Lincoln Project, in the Never Trump community. Oh yeah, unsurprising. Why they're on MSNBC now. Third, unlike Biden, there was enthusiasm for Gore. He wasn't old and frail, much less suffering from obvious physical and cognitive issues. We've postulated the idea that he has Parkinson's. You can see that JoeBidenIsSick.com. I encourage you to go. Fourth, and most importantly, there was no resistance in 2000. More than that, the nation still held certain key values and moral foundations deep and wide enough to keep balkanization at bay. Wish it wasn't so, but those days are long gone. And that's where we are. That's why we need to realize what we are up against. Big time. We're up against crazy crap. We're up against the idea there's a revived fascination with witchcraft and the occult. For black women, mysticism's appeal is about empowerment and taking up space in a world that often marginalizes them. It's satanic, man. It's pathetic. And it's the stupidest looking crap I've ever seen in my life. It is, man. Have you seen the what's her name, man? Colors or whatever from Black Lives Matter, one of the founders. She's doing this magical, mystical thing with a cape and crap, saying names and doing that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like LARPing, but it's totally satanic. Pray for these people, by the way. What's on like Donkey Kong isn't just the magic and the voodoo of people and this rise of Satanism in our world. And they might not even call it that, but you look at the ideas and you get them into a place where they have to talk about it and ask them what their beliefs and values are. The secular globalists, and you go and you talk to them, these radicalized Trump deranged people, and you ask them what their beliefs are. You show them the tenets of Satanism. You show them that, and they'll be like, wow, Satan's not that bad. And you're like, dude, he's playing you like a fiddle. You got Hollywood trying to normalize and legalize pedophilia. Totally true. That's what's coming down the pike. Mayor apologizes after backlash for saying boys have a penis. Dude, this is coming down the pike. You'd be afraid to even say stuff. This legit. Is that the kid from Kindergarten Cop? Is that the kid? I think it is, man. I think it is. And he's like, oh no. But that's what's coming down the pike. You were already at that place. You can't call a man a man. You can't call a woman a woman. And you got to call weirdos, dude, playing the whole video game of the brain. That whole thing that they've got going on. I'm a woman, or I'm a man, or I'm nothing at all. I'm like a fluid like water. Or man, I'm an animal. And we got to somehow respect that more than just give them the respect of, giving them a number or looking at the family and friends with them and handing them a number and saying, look, the people at this number have a Nerf room and one of those huggy jackets with some locks in the back. And I think this person here, I think you do that person a service by, inviting them over to check that place out. How it started, how it's going. Look at this. Look at the tragic nature of this. This kid is on a slippery slide to hell, guys. I'm not even kidding about that. This is what, look, if people think that this is okay. Oh, we'll do fine. We'll do fine in this. No problemo. Naive. Dangerously naive. Unbelievable. All right, guys. We're going to the memes, then we're out of here. I need the Team Tide Answer crew to come down. I need the staff, man. All of them. I need them to come down because we're almost done with the show. And it's been a good week, man. They've been at home this week and having a really good time. And so I wanted to make sure that they could come down and they can all get in the frame. They're gonna have to see how it works here and get in the frame of this, because we're gonna salute everybody at the end. I want to let you guys know this is what the show is about. The show is about these kids. The show is about the future. Okay? The show is about having fun right now, but knowing that we've got one foot in the past, our head in the present, looking forward with one foot going into the future. And that's how we choose to march on. That's how we do it. So I'm really hoping that these kids hear the call to come down. They got to do it. They got to do it. Yeah. Let's see here. Here, let's see. Give me. I yelled and I said, come down. And they were like, we are. I said, okay. So they're tuned in. They're good, man. They are good little warriors. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. We're going to switch this one over. Transition to that. Transition to that. So this is how I feel. Right here. People's faith in the system. Me. And I sit there and go, look, man, they're burning down. And I'm sitting there going, dude, we've got this. And I encourage each and every one of you, look, you might be super heartbroken. You might be overwhelmed like many of the people who've called me, just saying, give me some good news. And I say, look, man, watch the show. We start with laughter, not as an escape from the world. Not from an escape that's like, oh, how are we going to function? How are we going to do it? Let's just crack jokes as we go down. No. It's a balanced program. Okay? I'm going to get my kids in this. They all got to get in. There we go. You know, it's a balanced thing. It's a balanced program. And so make sure, share this with your friends. When you see people down and out, when you see them having a hard time, when you see them bummed and feeling like they want to give up, when you see them questioning their faith in God, when you see them starting to falter in their responsibilities and using their gifts and talents to redeem the time, when you see that, share this show with them. Tell them to tune in. Tell them to email us, paleocratdiaries@gmail.com. Tell them to email us, okay? Because we are a wolf pack, and we're here for them. Share. All right, we're going to go here. Hold on. Switching over. I got a minute. Once I switch this over, guys, I got 1 minute because they can't hear it. Only I can in my headphones. Split screen because I got this dope music. Yeah. I love this music. My son Athen loves it too. We were listening to it last night. Super amazing. Remember, guys, go check out paleocratdiaries.com. We're going to update. We have some Paleo Cheese podcasts. They're amazing. We're recording one tonight. It's going to be tons of fun. We have a Friday the 13th episode coming up too. It's going to be tons of fun. If you have any questions, comments, you have any articles that you'd like to share, or you want me to come on to your program, I'd love it. I don't even have to be your buddy. You want to debate? I'm down, brother. You want to have a good time? We'll make a good time on your show. You got to make sure. Email paleocratdiaries@gmail.com. Subscribe to Paleo Cheese. Subscribe to Meaning of Catholic. Subscribe to Holy Faith Media. Make sure to check out paleocratdiaries.com this weekend so that we can go ahead and do these unlisted videos that we're going to keep marching on because we're in a color revolution, guys. Dangerous times. Until next time, never give up. Keep on smiling. And memento mori. Yeah. If I don't talk into microphones, I don't make that mad cash. Making all that money. Making that mad loot, right?
Mind control.
So we see the minority elite imposing their ideology on an unwilling and resentful populace. This causes a backlash. People get ticked off. The left is working long and hard to make us feel as if we've done something wrong. Worse yet, that we are the problem. Don't let people just rip on your heritage. Don't let people just rip on your traditions. Don't let people rip on your heroes. Stand up for what you believe, what made you who you are. So unless this disenfranchised majority begins standing up for what they believe in their heart of hearts to be true, I think we'd be left with nothing more than a dirge and maybe a funeral procession.